Okay. I'll do my best. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Sesser-Valier High School. It's the battle in the BDC so far here in 2022 as the 2-0 Carmi White County Bulldogs are on the road to take on the 2-0 Sesser-Valier Red Devils. Cole Carter alongside Chris Myers. Chris, I've been ready for this game all week. I don't know about you, but two undefeated teams and a Carmi team that's ready to face a good football team.
We've all been chomping at the bit. If you're a Carmi football player, you know this team is amped up. If you're a fan, I'm amped up, just watching it, getting ready to call it, excited for this. You are absolutely correct, Cole. This is going to be a heavyweight fight tonight. Both teams coming in at 2-0 on the season. Sesser, having played Fairfield last week, is really battle-tested. Fairfield did lose their best running back, I believe, went down in week 1, but still, not to take any away from this Sesser team, because watching them in warm-ups, they are athletic, they are big, and they're going to move the football all around the field by throwing it. So with that said, the Bulldogs finally face their first giant in the conference tonight, and I know this team's looking forward to it. You're going to see a contrast in styles. It's going to be the irresistible force against the immovable object. The Bulldogs with their ground and pound attack, with their monster Isaac King, Drax Odd, and Andrew Dotson in there in the backfield, the good offensive line in front of them, and you're going to see the Sesser team with a lot of athletes that can get out in space and they can move. So we're going to see contrast of styles, but it's going to be a great football game.
The pregame show is in focus thanks to Taylor Eye Care, providing excellence in eye care in Carmi on Falcon Avenue. Visit TaylorEyeCare.com for more information. Talking to Kurt Simon yesterday, he says obviously it's the best team Carmi has faced. They've had two 40-point wins, but he said this is a team that is as good or possibly better than them in terms of skill guys and the offensive line. And for Carmi, that's got to be unusual. Obviously, you've beaten two teams by 40, but now you're going to face, obviously, your first uphill battle, but it's going to be a different situation for the Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, and the key is Carmi can't come in here thinking, okay, well, we got to change what we do. We're going to have – no, you still stick to your game plan, and it's Carmi's MO between the tackles, move the chains, slow chunks of yardage. You can't back away from that in the early going. With Sesser, the difference is going to be their athletes on the field may come up and make some plays. So if Carmi can't get an effective drive going early, say their first drive, they're going to have to not panic. They're going to have to realize, okay, we knew this was going to be a fight. If we're a 3-and-out or 4 or 5 plays, don't move the ball, got a punt, we just got to kind of catch our breath and say, okay, now we know we're in a fight. It's not going to be 10 yards, 20 yards to the house every series. This is going to be, and I think, honestly, Cole, you said it, Sesser is going to have athletes everywhere on the field.
Yep.
They're going to be, you could say a little more athletic than us on the perimeter, a little bigger up front, but that doesn't mean that they can run away with the game if Carmi sticks to what they do. Again, you just got to play your game, have confidence in your style of football, and defensively tonight is the key, because the defensive backfield is going to see speed that they have not seen to this point. And not just from the running back position, the wideouts. These guys can move. They can get in space. They're going to see a lot of motion, quick screens, slant passes. They're going to have to really know where they're at all times. When you play this kind of offense that's this potent, what I call on the perimeter, meaning getting to the outside, you can't be caught looking in the backfield. You can't let your receiver get behind you. You got to know where you are, who you're covering at all times in the secondary. Up front, again, the way to negate a passing team is you got to get heat on the quarterback. So Carmi's front defensive line has to do a good job getting pressure, because there's going to be a lot of times tonight we can't blitz all out, because we're going to need every man we've got in coverage in most situations. So, again, the key for the Bulldogs is to not get rattled early if things don't roll the way they have the past couple weeks.
Talking about this Bulldog defense, they've only allowed 77 yards on the ground so far this year. But the Sesser team, they got, much like Carmi, really three guys that carry the ball in the backfield. You got Desmond Malone, Gabe Gutter, and Brock Shelf. All three guys have rushed for over 100 yards on the season. Shelf did it by himself in 1 week last week against Fairfield. There's no question these guys had the skill guys to do it. And again, it's going to be the best guys this Carmi defense has faced, and it's got to be tough.
Yes. Well, and if you remember, Bulldog fans listened to the game last year, that name Brock Shelf, if it sounds familiar, is because he was a backbreaker against us last year. I remember there were several key moments in that game. We had them 4th and 5, 4th and 6, and they'd give him the ball, and he would move the chains. So look for him to be their weapon. He is a good, solid football player. So, again, the Bulldogs are going to have to look for the three-headed monster in every position, and their quarterback will run the ball effectively as well. So they're not just a typical drop back, look, that type of situation. Their quarterback's an athlete too. So they're going to have to defend literally every position tonight and do it well.
It's been a while since Carmi has defeated Sesser-Valier. 2014, it was actually on this field the last time the Bulldogs beat the Red Devils. It's been a couple of close games. They did not play in the spring of 21, but they played last fall. Bulldogs lost by 4, lost by 14 back in 2019, and then lost by 8 in 2018. So they've been close. And, Chris, I think tonight might be the night that spell gets broke.
I think so, too. Again, the thing they have to do, and I know these kids do, the way they're coached with Coach Simon, they believe. That's the number one thing they got to do. They got to believe in who they are, how they play football, number one. Number two, again, keep your composure tonight. Again, we're not expecting them to come out and bust touchdowns every series like they have the last 2 weeks. And these kids from Carmi, we're going to have to learn, all right, we're going to be in a battle tonight. So every possession counts. No turnovers, no penalties. You try that. You can't do that every week, NFL guys. But the turnovers, you got to limit those because against a team like this, every possession matters. So you can't put the ball on the ground. You can't throw interceptions offensively. Defensively, again, you got to play assignment football. And if you can create some opportunities, if you can capitalize on a turnover, if you can create some of those defensively, then you help your team. And something we're going to have to do tonight, I'm just going to say it up front, we're probably going to have to punt at some point tonight.
Haven't punted yet this year.
No, we haven't. So our special teams are going to be critical as well. Field position is going to matter. Can't have penalties on kickoffs and returns. We just got to basically, in all facets, you got to play a perfect football game tonight.
And the Bulldog offense, Warren Lay, he's done a great job of managing the game so far this year. He's only passed the ball 4 times. We talked about on the way here. Carmi, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. They've been able to run the ball so far this year and get those first downs. I think tonight we might have to see a little more out of Warren Lay through the air. Yes,
you're going to have to see a lot more play-action passes tonight because, again, the Sesser team not only is talented, but they've scouted us well.
Yep.
They've watched film. They know what our weapons are, what our strengths are. So, yeah, I totally agree that we're going to have to call on Warren Legg a little more tonight than what we have. And there's another scenario. The Bulldogs have not gotten their spread formation yet this year. So it's a case we could see the sophomore Mitchell Edwards at times if we do go spread. So the Bulldogs are going to have to, mix things up a little more tonight than what they traditionally do. But, again, if they can get what they do best going early, that's going to build their confidence, and that's how they have to establish themselves early in this game. They can't panic. They got to be ahead of the chains. They got to make positive things early in the game. Because if momentum, if you're waiting too long, what I mean by that, not waiting, but if things aren't going your way for quite a while, that can kind of mess with your psyche. So especially on the road, I think the Bulldogs got to get clicking early in the game to establish themselves.
Looking at the BDC standings so far through 2 weeks, there are 4 teams that are 2-0. Carmi, Sesser-Valier, Flora, Johnston City. They're all 2-0. Johnston City will face Fairfield tonight, a big game, 2-0 versus 1-1. Also at 1-1 is Hamilton County, and 4 teams at the bottom at 0-2, El Dorado, Edwards County, Vienna, Goreville, and CZR. So a really good chance between this game between these 2 teams tonight and the game going on in Fairfield between Johnston City and the Mules. A really good chance to see what the BDC is going to shape up at the end of the year.
Yeah, I really think the winner of tonight's game, and if Johnston City goes and beats Fairfield, again, we talked about Fairfield lost their best running back to injury. If you see Johnston City go in there and beat Fairfield, and the winner of this game tonight, you could easily say those are the 2 teams that are probably in the driver's seat to go the rest of the way. Of course, we wouldn't face Johnston City until week 8, so a lot riding on the line tonight.
Yep, so a lot riding on the line, especially in this game. Like Chris said, this could easily be your early season conference championship. A lot going on, and again, that game in Fairfield will mean a lot as well. The Red Devils just ran onto the field a few minutes ago. The Bulldogs now on the far side of the field are making their way to the playing surface. They'll have the national anthem here in a couple of minutes, but Chris, real quick before we take a break, obviously the game plan for Carmi, the big key to the game has got to be, Kurt Simon said yesterday, their best defense is going to be on their offense, essentially keeping the ball away from the Red Devils.
Yes, and that's what you have to do. Against a quick strike team like this, against a spread team, aside from playing good defense against them, what you have to do, and this is what could work to the Bulldogs' advantage, being a heavy run team. If you can get those slow chunks of yards, what it does, the clock keeps running. Mm-hmm. Slow, methodical drives keeps the ball out of Sesser's hands, and that's how you counteract a quick strike team. Use your strengths. So if Carmi can establish their run game, which is their bread and butter, not only obviously does that help them in terms of feeling comfortable with their offense, because that's what we like to do. We're not a spread team. So if we can stay comfortable in our basic offense, the biggest thing it does, it keeps the ball out of Sesser's hands, and it keeps the clock running, as we talked about, which could play to their advantage. And you'll need that tonight. You need every second of a possession you can get so you don't have them on offense and take advantage of it.
The visiting side bleachers are packed, and the Bulldogs are on the field, and that means it's time for the national anthem. We will take a 2-minute break. Kickoff between the Bulldogs and the Red Devils coming up right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi has over 500 eyeglass frames to choose from in stock. Also, a large selection of designer sunglass, non-prescription or prescription. Taylor Eye Care treats every patient like a member of their family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Call Taylor Eye Care at 618-382-4683 for your next eye exam. That's 618-382-4683. Taylor Eye Care, excellence in eye care. Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi has over 500 eyeglass frames to choose from in stock. Also, a large selection of designer sunglass, non-prescription or prescription. Taylor Eye Care treats every patient like a member of their family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Call Taylor Eye Care at 618-382-4683 for your next eye exam. That's 618-382-4683. Taylor Eye Care, excellence in eye care.
We are about ready for kickoff between the Bulldogs and the Red Devils here at Sesser-Valier High School. Cole Carter and Chris Byers. Big thanks to J.C. Tinsley, Asher Penrod, and Scott Maring back at the studio. Haley Winkleman and the lovely Whitney McGuire are here running the video and camera for us, for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel.
Is there a reason you called her the lovely Whitney McGuire?
She may or may not be my fiance, Chris.
Okay, I was just making sure. All right. Okay.
She decided to tag along tonight. Today is our 3-year anniversary, so she decided to tag along tonight and run the camera for the Bulldogs.
Well, that's awesome. First time I heard you say the word lovely. So Just want to let the folks at home know why.
The Bulldogs will get the ball to start the game. It's a squib kick up the middle. Caleb Sievers will field it from the 30-yard line, running across the 40 and taken down at the Bulldog 41-yard line. So, and something else, Chris, something I remember the Sesser will do from back in my playing days, they will probably not kick the ball deep all night long. They're going to do pooch kicks, line drives. A good job by Sievers there to field it, and good position for the Bulldogs to start.
Yeah, they didn't want to kick that deep to King, so they're going to play that strategy game.
Yep. So the Bulldogs will start this drive at their own 41-yard line. First down and 10. Bulldogs are wearing their white road jerseys with maroon pants. Red Devils are in their charcoal gray jerseys with maroon pants. First and 10. Under center is Warren Legg in the power I formation. Legg hands it off up the gut to Odd. Looking for running room, and Odd's going to pick up about 8 yards here on first down up near midfield. And a nice start for the Bulldogs on offense.
Perfect way to start your drive. 8-yard gain with Drax Odd coming on that counter on the left side. That couldn't ask for something better way to start the game. Sesser coming out in a 4-4 look, so they normally stack 8 in the box anyway. So they know our tendencies, and like everyone else, they got 8 men in the box.
So second down and 2, ball at the Bulldog 49-yard line. Now in the power I, King dots that I. Under center is Legg. Toss left side, right side that is, to King. He tries to cut back to the left, cuts across midfield, gets bumped. He might have had a first down. He took it into Sesser-Valier territory to the 49-yard line, right at the sticks. A pretty good job by the Red Devil front 7 to get to him. And that is going to be, what are they going to say, first down or not?
Boy, that's close.
If it's not, it's going to be third and about 2 inches.
Yeah. Looks like you got it here. They're
going to measure.
Yeah.
Bobby Blondie blows this one dead and says, we're going to measure this one. So
they should. That's close.
With forward progress, King was marked at the Sesser-Valier 49, so they will bring out the chains from the far sideline.
Well, you can see how well they're going to defend the perimeter. That toss sweep we called just then, the past 2 weeks, that's usually been easily a 5-10 yard game for King, but their corners and linebackers flowed really well. Isaac made a good cutback. And he's a little short. Still, he read that well to make the cutback.
And this is Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL, Carmi, Illinois, and also online at WRUL.com. It's going to be third down and short, less than half a foot, I would say. Definitely 4-down territory here. Oh, come on, Bobby. Let us line up here.
Kind of ruined our strategy there. I think we were going to do that quick snap there. Try to draw him off sides even.
Third and very short. Under center is Legg. He'll go quarterback sneak. He's got it easily. First down, Bulldogs. That's a rush of Pints first down.
Excellent job by Warren Legg getting behind his right guard, just moving the pile, getting the 2 yards we needed.
Yeah, the right guard there.
Bryson Moore, the senior.
Yep, Bryson Moore, the right guard, leading the way there for Carmi. Carmi, another positive note, fully healthy tonight.
Yes.
As far as starters on both sides of the football, so here we are, week 3. That's always a plus. So first and 10 for the Bulldogs, now into Sesser-Valier territory. Ball marked at the 47-yard line, 10:45 left here in the scoreless first quarter. First drive of the game for Carmi. Back in the power I formation. Under center is Legg. Handoff left side to Odd. He's got lots of running room. Tracks it on inside the 30, 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown, Carmi, White County.
Yes,
4 plays into the game, 47 yards, 6-0 Dogs.
You couldn't draw it up any better, folks. That is the exact way Carmi needed to start this game, and they did.
Personal one-to-one service. That's a promise we make to all of our clients. This is Ashley Ingram with Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. Our firm was built on the idea of treating all of our clients like they are the only client we have. For bookkeeping, payroll, financial planning, and of course, income tax preparation, turn to a firm that is large enough to trust and small enough to care. Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. Call us at 382-4151 or visit us at butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
6-0 Bulldogs as they strike first on a 47-yard touchdown run by the senior fullback Draxon on his 5th score of the season, and a line drive.
You couldn't have drawn up that first series any better if you're the Bulldogs. Come down and get a touchdown, miss the conversion. Now they know they can move. Anything they've seen these last 2 weeks. Interesting formation here. Four receivers to the boundary.
To the left side. The quarterback, Hopper to the shotgun. Now they shift 2 guys to the right. So 2 receivers to the left and really a 2 tight end set on the right side. Handoff to the right side. This is Shelf, the ball carrier, and he will try to get to the outside. Gets up to the 45-yard line, about a 6-yard run there for Shelf. And, you know, Chris, we're going to see Sesser do a lot of weird things like that where they line up in one formation, move things another way, and they're going to try to go to the outside.
Yeah, and you can see, like we talked about, they like to what we call spread the football. They came out with 4 receivers on one side, put 2 guys in motion, realigned them, then pre-snap, man in motion. They just make you think constantly. They want the defense on their heels, and they try to do that by just confusing you with their formations.
2nd down and 5, ball at the Sesser-Valier 45-yard line. First pass of the ball game, wide receiver screen near side. This is Laux, the ball carrier, and he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. That was Landon Driscoll and Isaac King in there on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
That was a fantastic play by Driscoll because he got enough outside leverage to force that receiver back in. If he would have got hooked, there was some room along that sideline. So good recognition by the defense there because, again, this is what you're going to see. They're going to throw a lot of these quick outs, try to get outside.
3rd down and 5 from the Sesser-Valier. Call it 3rd and 4 from the Sesser-Valier 45-yard line. And the shotgun is Hofford. He moves a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Hofford up the gut. He is going to be taken down at midfield. That was Bryson Moore that met him, but he's going to have enough for a Red Devil first down up the midfield.
Well, that was a good play called by Sesser there. That was basically a quarterback trap. A lot of times you'll see that play with the fullback where they will invite the lineman upfield. The backside guard will come and pull, but there was a nice opening up the middle. It caught the Bulldogs a little off guard there. Bryson Moore with potentially touchdown, if not a huge game-saving tackle. Play.
So 1st and 10, ball at midfield, 6-0 Bulldogs, 9:20 left here in the first quarter. Hoffman handoff up the gut. This is Cade Gunner, the ball carrier. Correction, Gabe Gunner, that is. And he will take it up to the Bulldog 42-yard line. Fans of the BDC have been hearing the name Gunner for about 20 years here at Sesser-Valier. They've got another one. That's Gabe Gunner, the 6'1 senior.
Just doesn't end. The talent line in that family must run pretty deep.
So a solid 7-yard run there for Gunner up to the Bulldog 42-yard line. So Sesser putting together a little bit of a drive here. 2nd down and 3, and the shotgun is Hofford. He's got a man to his right, 2 receivers each side. Handed off. This is Gunner again up the gut, and Gunner is going to be short of the first down. Noah Pollard in there on the tackle, as well as Bryson Moore and Caleb Sievers. Moore a little shaken up, slow to get up, and it's going to be 3rd and about 2 here for Sesser.
Sesser's ran that play consistently this first drive. It's just a little either counter to the left or counter to the right. They put a man in motion, fake him, and then give it to the back underneath. It's kind of been their bread and butter play so far, but Bulldogs with a good stop there. This is a huge 3rd down because I believe you're in 4-down territory if you're Sesser.
3rd down and 2. Hofford in the shotgun. High snap. He corrals a quick throw right side. Intercepted. Isaac King. See you later. 30, 20. Touchdown, Carmi, White County. Isaac read that like a book, and he takes it to the house.
You know, I'm not going to take away from the play Isaac made because that was awesome, but you notice what happened on that play. We've talked about it. I said this last week. That snap was high and over his head. It created that extra half second that the quarterback had to reach back and get that ball, and the timing on that play was delayed by about a half second, allowing King just enough time to step in front of that and take it to the house. If that snap is clean, that's a completion. Now you know why I say it's the little things. This is the danger of shotgun, little things like that. But, man, the Bulldogs needed that because that Sesser team was driving.
Yeah. What a start for the Bulldogs.
Beautiful play, beautiful read.
7:54 to go in the first quarter. It's already 12-0. The odd touchdown run and the King pick six, the second of his career, had one last year. And the Bulldogs will get the Red Devils a jump off side here on the 2-point play.
What did we talk about in the pregame, Cole? A turnover when you're on defense? Look what it created. In all honesty, that drive was just looking a little scary there because they were moving the ball pretty convincingly. A pick six by King, and momentum shifts just like that.
Kurt Simon said yesterday, whoever wins the turnover battle is going to have a good chance to win this football game, and Carmi already up to a 1-0 lead in that department. So they go for the 2-point conversion here from the 1-yard line, the T-tight formation. I'm going to bet a quarterback sneak here. No, they give it off to King off the right side, and Isaac is in there. So the Bulldogs get that point back on the missed 2-point conversion earlier, and here we are with 7:54 to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs lead at 14-0. We'll take a 30-second break right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Your partner in auto repair. That's Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. You get service, expertise, and a promise you'll drive away satisfied. Complete engine and body repair, 24-hour-a-day wrecker and towing service, tires from sales and service, and repair including muffler service, brakes, shocks, suspension, and more. When quality counts, count on Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. Your partner in auto repair. Call 382-7165 today.
14-0 Carmi White County, 7:54 to play here in the first quarter. A line drive kick from Mitchell Edwards picked up at the 20-yard line here by Sesser-Valier, and they will run it back out to across the 30 to the 34. That was number 22 on the return, Brock Shelf. So if you're just tuning in, it was a 47-yard touchdown run by Draxonot on the Bulldogs' first drive, and then Sesser-Valier was trying to answer on the ensuing drive when Isaac King stepped in front of a Carson Hofford pass and took it 50 yards to the house. Bulldogs lead 14-0.
Now, if you're the Bulldogs, this is the drive. In my opinion, you have to get them off the field because this team is more than capable, as we've seen, of moving the ball up and down. So if we can get them off the field this drive and get the ball back, that could really swing things this game.
And the shotgun is Hofford here on first down. Play action pass is going to roll out to his right. King trying to chase him. Hofford wanted to get rid of it, but then goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So he gained about half a yard. And so it brings up 2nd and 9.
Little play action rollout to the left side. He was initially looking downfield for number 15, Colton Payne. Driscoll did a good job from the safety position getting over to cover him. And we had good pursuit from the backside. Held him to about a yard, it looks like. So, and he can get out and run a little bit, so containing him is also important.
So 2nd down and 9, ball at the Sesser-Valier 36-yard line. And the shotgun is Hofford. He'll take the snap. Hands it off to Shelf left side, and he runs right into Nate Brown, who is all over him at the 33-yard line. Loss of a couple yards. Brings up 3rd down and long. Definitely a passing situation here for the Red Devils.
Beautiful play by Nate Brown. He just read that perfectly. Kept good leverage. Again, we talk about your defensive ends have to keep outside contained. He came up, kept great pad level, got under the offensive lineman's pad, come up, made a beautiful form tackle. So you're exactly right, Cole. They're going to have to put this ball in the air.
3rd down and 11. Ball at the Sesser-Valier 31-yard line. And the shotgun is Hofford. He moves a man in motion. That's Gunner. He gives it off to Gunner. Gunner tripped up inside by Caleb Siebers. It's going to be a 3-and-out for the Red Devils.
The Bulldogs had a run blitz on there. You'll notice their defensive linemen were standing up. Beautiful play by the defense, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered here. Because now Carmi really has a chance to go for the – I know it's early. Again, not getting too premature, but if they can get this, put a drive together and score, they can really start putting the pedal down on this game.
So the Red Devils will set up to punt at their own 30-yard line. Deep for the Bulldogs is Landon Driscoll and Isaac King. Bulldogs don't block it. Not a bad punt. Driscoll comes up and makes the catch. No fair catch. And it'll be taken down across the 40-yard line right at the Bulldog 43. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And again, good field position.
Yeah. And that was interesting there because I think King was next to him and he signaled for fair catch. But Driscoll got it and didn't. So however they let that work, the officials just took whoever got the ball. But again, going back to that last defensive series, I mean, it was so critical again because when you're up 14-0 this early, had they let Sesser answer immediately, then Sesser's confidence is back. They're back in it. And you got a game. Now they have a chance to play our style of football. Slowly move this thing down the field on the ground.
Under center is Warren Legg here on 1st down and 10. Bulldogs on the power eye. Handoff right side to King. King will keep those feet turning all the way across midfield, just shy of the 45. That's going to be enough for a Rush Appliance 1st down.
That power G was just beautiful. Beautiful execution by the pulling guard, the fullback. And again, you see Isaac King just read his blocks, take his time. Every time we see him, we think, oh, he stopped 2 yards, drives those feet, carries people for another 8.
1st down and 10, ball at the Sesser-Valier 46-yard line, 6 minutes to go. In this first quarter, Bulldogs lead 14-0. Handoff King, left side. King has some blockers in front. Will take his way up to the 35. That's enough for another Rush Appliance 1st down.
I'm going to tell you, that was our ISO out of the power eye, and Andrew Dodson came through and absolutely smacked the safety and opened that hole for Isaac King. I think I could have walked through that hole. Never to take anything away from the running backs, but the line did such a good job that play. It was easy.
Power eye formation yet again. Under center is Legg. King dots the eye. Legg hands it off to King again up the gut. King looking for some running room. The Red Devils over at that time, but Isaac still able to get about 8 yards on that play. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Exact same play again. Power eye left, ISO. Center and guard blocked down. 2 lead backs through the hole, and you can see this is when Carmi, even though it's the first quarter, this is when they become the shark seeing the blood in the water, because this is all they have to do. They don't have to change anything. They can just take their time, grind this thing.
So they call it 2nd and 3. Ball at the Red Devil 28-yard line. We're approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead 14-0. Under center is Warren Legg. Handoff to Odd, left side, and Odd will be stood up. Didn't get much of anything. He'll be right at that 1st down chain. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah.
Bulldogs might have got away with a false start there on the left side.
I was about to say, I was expecting a flag on that. We kind of caught a break there because I think our entire left side moved a little early.
So a big play here, definitely 4-down territory. Ball at the Red Devil 26-yard line, going to be 3rd and inches yet again for the Bulldogs. Legg will go back under center, back in the power eye formation.
Might see a sneak here.
Legg. Well, a miscommunication, but King gets it. I'm not sure if he got there.
I think he's a little short.
I think they tried to go with a little bit of a counter play to the left side, and the delay with the pulling guard gave the Red Devils time to get in the backfield. King lost a yard. They're going to say he was right at the line of scrimmage. So here we go, 4th and short. Big play for both sides.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to run it kind of as a ISO fake, go against the grain, and a little slow getting the handoff, and that gave Sesser enough time to come up and make the play. So this play right here, I'm just going to say it, this is going to determine how momentum goes the rest of this game.
T formation here on 4th and short from the Red Devil 25-yard line. Under center is Legg. Handoff left side to Odd. He's got the 1st down and more up to the 15. That's a Rush Appliance 1st down.
Beautiful. Just their textbook T formation 23 crossbuck. Right tailback off left tackle. Nothing fancy about it. This offensive line for the Bulldogs, again, is just playing their guts out. Because Sesser has played a 6-man front this entire series, and the Bulldogs are still just having their way up front.
Under center is Leg here, a wing back to the right side. That is Andrew Dotson. King behind him. Toss to King, right side. And that time a great job by the defensive end. That's Colton Payne, who came up to take down Isaac in the backfield, loss of a yard.
And this team is difficult to run outside against. A lot of it, again, their athleticism on the outside, but the way they stack their ends and their corners are so wide that it's hard to run against this team on the outside. So Carmi's tried to get outside 2 times tonight and really haven't had a lot of luck.
2:45 left here in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead 14-0, trying to add to it. 2nd and 11 from the Sesser-Valier 16-yard line. Under center is Leg. Power I formation yet again. Leg hands it off to King yet again. And again, the Red Devils all over it. Nowhere to go. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. So here we go, Chris. We talked about it. What are you going to do when you get to 3rd and 10? It's going to be 3rd and 11. What will the Bulldogs go to here, leading by 2 scores?
Well, we're definitely obviously in 4-down territory, so you could try your play-action pass here. If you don't get anything, you do it again or you run. If you're the Bulldogs, if you don't get a score here, at the very least, you want to play field position because you're on their 16-yard line. If you do turn the ball over in downs, they're deep in their territory. So Sesser bowing up here when they really needed to.
A timeout taken here by, I believe, Carmi, or actually they say Sesser-Valier on the scoreboard. So we'll keep it here for this short timeout. Going to try to find some quick scores from around the conference. Again, really interested in that Johnson City Fairfield game going on. I do have one score from Albion. It's Hamilton County leading Edwards County 13-0. And 2 Hamilton County touchdowns, and that's really all we've seen so far score-wise. We'll keep you posted throughout the night. And that's all I can see so far on Twitter. So after the timeout, it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs from the Sesser-Valier 16-yard line. Might see our first pass play of the night from Warren Leg. It's really been the Isaac King show with the Draxonon touchdown here in this first quarter. 14-0 Bulldogs. Here we got 2:11 to play in this first quarter, and this is really, these next 2 plays are must-stops for the Red Devils, Chris.
Yes, they're must-stops for the Red Devils, and truthfully, they are must-gains for the Bulldogs because this game is by far from over. A 2-score lead this early is nothing because we've seen this Red Devil team can move the ball quickly. They're an explosive play offense, so if you're the Bulldogs, you want to get this one in the end zone.
Here we go, 3rd down and 11 from the Sesser-Valier 16-yard line. Under center is Leg in the power I formation. It's a handoff to King, left side. He tries to bounce it, gets away from one Red Devil, but can't get away from the rest. Maybe a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard pickup there for King up inside the 15. He was able to get about 5 there, so it's going to be 4th and about 6.
We had a nice block again from the right guard, Bryson Moore, pulling around. It looked like he was going to have some space inside there, but it looked like one of the linebackers shot through, and just if he hadn't had him by the shirt tail, I think Isaac could have broke that to the outside. But credit the defender there for just having the strength to hang on to him by the shirt tail.
95 seconds left here in the first quarter. 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Under center is Leg. Play action pass. Leg throws it. It's a screen to Odd left side. Red Devils track it down, and Odd's not going to get there. Turnover on downs. The Red Devils sniff out the screenplay. And, Chris, I think Leg had Tyler Gomat open in the end zone.
He did. I think it was called a screen. You tell your quarterback your primary option is normally just to throw the screen. But you're right, Cole. Had he chosen to, he could have hit Gomat there on the right side of the end zone.
We do have a score update from Tyler Hoskins providing that for us. Fairfield leading Johnson City 6-0 in the first quarter.
Wow, very interesting. So, Sesser, I mean, that's a huge confidence builder right there because the Bulldogs had the potential to really grab this game, and take charge of it. But now it's still very, very interesting.
1:22 left here in the first quarter, so 1st and 10 for the Red Devils with a 14-point Bulldog lead. Here's the handoff to Brock Shelf off the outside. He should have enough for a Red Devil first down across the 20-yard line.
And just like that, Shelf answers with a 10-yard run, and now the Red Devils are going to see if they can respond with a drive of their own. And this is where it's going to get interesting for the Bulldogs. That's the first time they've been stopped on an offensive series this year. They haven't been stopped. So now, how does their defense respond? This is where you don't want momentum to shift if you're Carmi, because this Red Devil team can get right back in this ball game if they respond here.
And the shotgun is Hofford. He's going to hand it off to Gunner up the middle, and Gunner will be stood up right at the 20. That was Shelf again, actually, the ball carrier.
Sievers and Odd are all over that.
Yep. But you're right, Chris. Sesser-Valier had a nice drive going last time. Took it into Bulldog territory before the Isaac King pick six. So it definitely feels like, this Bulldog defense has to feel refreshed. It's been all Bulldog offense in this first quarter.
Yes, absolutely. So now what's really critical, and this is probably going to be maybe the last play of this quarter, they can't let Sesser get a quick answer because they don't want to give any momentum back. So all it takes is one score, and they're back in it.
Second down and 9, Hofford in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. This is going to be Gunner, the ball carrier, and Draxon will sling him down shy of the 20-yard line.
Well, they ran that counter out of the shotgun, and Drax just shot through those blockers like a missile. He just does such a good job of tracking down the ball carrier, knowing where he's supposed to be at all times. He doesn't get lost in misdirection, reads his keys. For linebacker, the guard is your key, takes you to the play, and he's just a heat-seeking missile from that linebacker position.
That will be the final play of the first quarter. So after 12 minutes of action, the Bulldogs lead it 14-0. We will take a 1-minute break here on your home for CWC football, 97.3 WRUL.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
Start of the second quarter of action. Bulldogs leading Sesser-Valier 14-0. It's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Red Devils from their own, I'll call it the 22-yard line as we resume action. A 47-yard touchdown run by Draxon Odd and a 50-yard pick six for Isaac King is how we got here. Cole Carter and Chris Myers, so a big third down play here for the Red Devils. Hofford, the quarterback, in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's throwing it near side and incomplete, out of the reach of his receiver. He was looking for Colt Packer, and the Red Devils, I assume, will punt the football here.
And I tell you, he just overthrew that to the outside because number 3, that was Packer, like you just said, was wide open.
Yep.
That was a little out route. I think Packer just ran a little farther than what the quarterback was expecting, but Driscoll had actually dropped back in deep covers, expecting a deep ball. Had he hit him on the numbers, that would have been a first down. I think a little miscommunication there. Big stop for the Bulldogs, though.
So the Red Devils will punt. And it's going to be another good punt of that. King telling everybody to get away from it, and it will take a huge Sesser-Valier roll all the way to the Carmi 35-yard line. So it ends up being a pretty good punt.
And you saw King kind of wave his hands. When you hear, for folks at home, when you see the punt receiver wave his hands like that, what he's telling everybody is they call it poison. That means that ball is kicked short, and the coverage team or the return team, that ball, if it bounces wrong, it hits somebody on the Carmi's team.
It's a live ball.
It's live, and Sesser could recover it. So you saw him waving his arms saying, get away, get away. So if you ever wonder at home why a receiver may kind of wave his arms to the side, that's what he's telling his teammates.
Messed up on my score update earlier. It was actually Johnson City leading Fairfield 6-0 after 1 quarter of play. So I got that flip-flop, 6-0 Indians. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 35-yard line. 13 seconds are gone here in this first quarter. Toss right side to King and breaks out of 1 tackle, but he's taken down back at the line of scrimmage. Chris, Red Devils are starting to figure things out. They're getting in the backfield.
They are. They're starting to stiffen up on that defensive front. They know our tendencies, and again, that toss play just has not been there for us tonight. But again, credit the defensive ends for Sesser. They've read it well, come up and made the plays. So again, that first drive, we're moving consistently, but they've changed their front a little bit. They're putting 5 to 6 guys in the box now, a lot of times 6, and they're bringing a lot of run blitzes. See how they stack those linebackers to the outside? You got 2 defenders right there.
2nd down and 9, under center is leg. They move. That's Dotson in motion, handoff left side to Odd. He slips out of 1 tackler, but then takes up to the 40, about a 5-yard pickup. Not quite 4-down territory here, but it brings up 3rd and 5.
Well, and you can see that play, literally 11 guys are in the box.
Yep.
There is no safety deep in the middle of the field. There's nobody. I mean, they got their safeties walked up right with the linebackers. They are playing everybody at the line of scrimmage, just saying, okay, we know what you're going to do. See if you can run against this. So it's really just a battle of wills at this point. Can they force the Bulldogs out of their comfort zone?
3rd down and 5. 10:20 left here in the second quarter. Under center is Leg. Play action pass here. Leg, pop pass. Open is Draxon Odd, incomplete. That was a great play by Desmond Malone, who recovered. Leg underthrew it just a hair, and it's 4th down.
Yeah.
And the Bulldogs will punt.
You put just a little more mustard on that thing. That's a completion.
And he actually, I thought he was throwing to Nate Brown at first, because I think Nate Brown was more open, but he was trying to throw in the direction of Draxon Odd.
And that might have been a little bit of route confusion, because normally if they're running that pass out of that formation, both your tight ends should end up on the hashes, and they were almost right next to each other when that happened. So, but again, credit the Sesser defense for being there.
So Bulldogs will punt the football for the first time this season. Mitchell Edwards back inside the 30-yard line. 2 guys deep to return for the Red Devils. Edwards, clean snap, and not a bad punt. It's a high one, and it is going to be Shelf who makes the catch, and now he breaks 1 tackle, comes to the near sideline, and he will take it out of bounds at the 33, maybe 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. So here's another big drive for Sesser-Valier, back-to-back punts. Still a 2-score game, but the Sesser-Valier defense has really stepped things up these last 2 drives.
And you have to credit them, because they were really on their heels. I mean, the Bulldogs were knocking on the door of going up by 3 scores, and they came up and stuffed us on 4 straight plays and really changed the pace of this game, because Carmi really could have put their foot down. So credit them for stepping up. I mean, they're just stacking 10, 11 guys in the box, and they're going to make it difficult for us to run.
10:03 left here in the second quarter of play. 14-0 Carmi. Here's a handoff to the right side to Shelf, and Shelf breaks a tackle. Far near sideline. Down goes Shelf, out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That's the longest run of the night by far for the Red Devils, and it takes it deep into Carmi territory.
Well, they brought their own version of a counter, like a power G sweep.
Yeah.
They brought a guard, a tackle, a fullback. They had 3 guys coming there at the defensive end. And like I said, Shelf is a good running back. He read that beautifully, got down the sideline, and that was the first big, what we call big gainer for the Red Devils tonight. And you can start to feel the Sesser team starting to get a little bounce in their step.
Absolutely.
And it's what we talked about. How do the Bulldogs respond? Because momentum can shift easily in games like this. And right now, it's shifting a little bit.
1st down and 10. Ball at the Carmi 36-yard line. 14-0 Bulldogs. Under 10 to go in the second quarter. Under center is Hoffman. Hands it off up the left side to Packer. So Colt Packer, the wide receiver, comes in and plays running back. Gets about 3 yards there on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, again, if you're watching this through live stream, but you can see how we discussed how many different looks Sesser gives you. I mean, it's just, you never know what they're going to come out in each play. That time it was a double wing formation out of the shotgun. We hadn't seen that to this point, and now they're going to get in it again. But next play they come out in 4 wide. You just don't know.
Yeah. They call it 2nd and 8. Hoffman under center, hands it off on the right side to Shelf, and he's taken out of the backfield. Great play by Noah Pollard, who came up there Pollard, the 5'11 sophomore, with a big tackle in the backfield.
Along with Nate Brown from his end position. But, yeah, excellent play by both those guys coming up and reading that. So it looked like he was going to have some real estate if he broke that tackle. So, again, another 3rd and long for Sesser. But I would say at our 36, there's no question they're in 4-down territory.
8:48 to play in the second quarter, 14-0. Carmi White County. Sesser-Valier with the football at the Bulldog 34. Under center is Huffman. He moves a man in motion. That's Shelf. They toss the Shelf left side. Looking to go to the outside. He's got blockers. Shelf has the first down and taken out of bounds inside the Bulldog 25-yard line. And again, the Red Devils are driving here.
Well, that was an excellent, perfectly executed sweep. That you saw that jet motion coming through. Quarterback tosses it. Caleb Sievers got pinched to the inside there, along with the safety. Just good blocking on the edge by Sesser and allowed him to get that first down. If we're able to contain that edge, that might have been a tackle for loss, but credit them with good blocking. We talked about it. You can't allow them to get outside you because they got speed.
Yeah, exactly. Mark the football at the Carmi 24-yard line. Hofford will go under center yet again. Packer is the lone man behind him. They hand it off up the gut to Packer, and the Bulldogs sniff that one out. Packer's trying to fight for some extra yards. He will take it up to the 20. There was a Red Devil slow to get up in the backfield. Tyler Gomat, Nate Brown, first Bulldogs there. 2nd down and about 6 here for Sesser-Valier. We approach the 8-minute mark in the second quarter.
And it looks like the Red Devils are just trying to take a page out of the Bulldogs book, start pounding the ball a little bit.
And what's really surprising is Sesser, you mentioned that under center formation. This is normally a spread football team, and they are kind of going, like you said, page out of the Bulldogs book, under center, just pound for pound.
And this Bulldog defense hadn't been on the field this long yet this year.
Under center is Hofford. They go with a counter off the right side, and Shelf slips up right around the line of scrimmage, lost maybe a yard, and here's a big 3rd and 7.
Well, that time Caleb Sievers did an excellent job of keeping his contained. They actually line him up in this front. He's actually lining up in a down lineman stand and playing the edge. That forced him back inside to where the help is and forced what could have been a big gain into about a 1-yard loss.
3rd down and 7. Ball at the Carmi 21-yard line, 14-0. Bulldogs, Red Devils threatening here. Under center is Hofford. Packer behind him. He takes the snap. It's a play-action pass. Hofford rolls to his left. He's hit. Ball in the air, and it's incomplete. Nate Brown, Isaac King brought the pressure. Hofford smartly got rid of it in the direction of a wide receiver, and it's 4th down.
Huge play by the senior Nate Brown. Forced him into a quick throw. Actually got probably a little bit of his hand as he threw that. So huge play. But it is a 4-down territory regardless for Sesser. So the Bulldogs got to do this one more time.
Huge play here. 4th and 7. Ball at the Bulldog 21-yard line. 7:02 to play in the second quarter. Can the Bulldog defense get the stop? Hoffman goes back. Hofford goes back into the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. He's back to pass. Hofford, quick screen left side. Shelf has a lot of room, and it gets devoured quickly. He had a long way to go is what I was trying to say. The Bulldogs all over it, not even close. Turnover on downs.
That was the sophomore Noah Pollard making a monster play right there. I was actually getting ready to say, watch the left side of the field, the far side, because there's a lot of real estate out there for a swing pass to the running back. That's what they did. Pollard read that beautifully because the receiver out there got a good seal block on the top. They execute that. There was running room, but great play by the sophomore coming up and sniffing that out.
Johnson City now up 14-0 over Fairfield. About 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. But 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs at their own 21-yard line. So Shelf gained no yards there, and there's going to be a timeout taken, I believe, by Carmi White County. And we will take one as well. We'll take a 1-minute break right here on 97.3 WRUL.
What's up, man? You look awful.
Yeah, well, I think I just shitted myself to death.
Dude, That's brutal.
Yeah, I should have bought the truck, should have taken advantage of the deal. It was perfect, and everything about Rice is nice, but I just wasn't sure. Then I spent the next hours, days, weeks, and months shooting myself until I just couldn't take it anymore.
Let me tell you what you ought to do. You ought to buy a truck from Rice Motors in Carmi.
Hop on and take ricemotors.com for a test drive today. Everything about Rice is nice. ricemotors.com.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
Under 7 to go in the second quarter. The Bulldogs just got a huge turnover. They turn it over, the Red Devils turn it over on downs. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 21-yard line. Again, 7:55 to go in the first half. They lead at 14-0. And Chris, we talked about during the break, this is a big drive, not only for the Bulldogs to kill some clock or to score, because the Red Devils get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly. They need to do one of the two. They don't want to give this ball right back to Sesser because still plenty of time for this Red Devil offense here in the first half. So if we can establish a long drive here, at least change field position.
Back to the power I formation. Under center is Legg. He will hand it off to King on the right side. King gets past the first wave. See you later. Isaac King is going to take this 79 yards on the first play of the drive, his second touchdown of the night.
Yes, sir.
Stack the box, we'll do that.
When you need it, he'll bring it. Mr. King. The old power I. Again, folks, this is the most simple play in football. 3 backs going the same direction at the same time, coming off the right side. King just busted it. Great job by that right side. Bryson Moore, Austin Owen, the tight end Tyler Gomat, his lead backs, just beautiful. Sesser stacked the box that time. Sometimes that can bite you because if you blitz through there and you turn them out just enough, meaning get just enough of a crease, if you seal those blitzers, you got no one back there. They were playing their safety right in the box, so they got no help back there. They were rolling the dice.
Bulldogs will go for 2. They lead 20-0. 6:44 to go in the second quarter. Legg gives it off to Odd, left side, tripped up, stays on his feet and gets in.
Beautiful.
2-point conversion, good. And the Bulldog lead now at 22-0 with under 7 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a 30-second break here on Durham for Bulldog football. 97.3 WRUL.
Life can be complicated, but managing your money should be simple. Whether you need to check your balances, deposit a check, pay bills, pay a friend, or transfer money to retirement savings, First Mid Online and Mobile Banking keep your finances simple every step along the way. With First Mid Bank and Trust, you can manage your money anytime right from your smartphone. You can even sign up for real-time alerts to stay on top of your account activity. Learn more about these conveniences at firstmid.com. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member F.
J.C. Tinsley, Asher Penrod, and Scott Maring back at the studio. Haley Winkleman and Whitney McGuire here running the laptop and camera. Cole Carter and Chris Myers here at Sesser-Valier High School. It's been all Bulldogs, a little bit of Red Devils, but pretty much all Bulldogs on the scoreboard. 22-0. Carmi White County leads it. Line drive kick by Edwards is muffed at the 20-yard line. Still loose, and the Red Devils have to fall on it back at the 29. So really a must-score drive here for Sesser-Valier. They will get the ball to start the second half, but still lots of time left in the second quarter.
Well, we talked right before the Bulldogs got the ball that last series, said we either need a long drive or a score just to kind of give ourselves a little breathing room. And
one play.
All it took was one play was for number one. How appropriate. 1 for 1. And he did his thing that we've seen him do week in and week out these past 2 seasons.
79 yards, Isaac King on the first play of the drive. And
if you're Sesser, you're probably going to have to start thinking about winging this ball a little bit.
They really haven't thrown the ball downfield yet. It's been all quick screens and swing passes. Here's a handoff to Shelf left side, and Shelf will be taken down to the backfield. Trayton Vickers shot up to sling him down. 22 brings down 22, loss of a yard.
And against these type of teams, when you have these receivers and backs that go in motion, when they try to hit these jet sweeps, it's so critical that your ends and your corners and safeties keep what we call contained.
Yep.
And what that means is not getting blocked to the inside, not coming too far up and overriding the play. They have to respect their lanes. And our corners have just been excellent at that tonight, not let anything get to their outside, keeping their contained and making big plays.
Under center is Hofford. They hand it off to the outside. This is Malone trying to bust it, but he can't. Again, that outside contain, Nelson Ryder and Draxonod, the two linebackers,
but that was
in on the tackle.
Caleb Sievers is why that happened. He was at the end spot, and he did a fantastic job of forcing that to the inside. If he would have got what we call pinch to the inside, if he lets that tackle block him down, when they come around with that convoy, he's got a lot of real estate. But by Sievers forcing that back inside, then you see where his help is. That way Draxod, Ryder can come up and make the play.
So again, 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Red Devils send two receivers out wide to the right. Malone next to Hofford in the shotgun. They bring the blitz. Hofford gets rid of it, caught. Packer on the near sideline, trying to turn upfield. He breaks one tackle, breaks two, all the way to the Red Devil 49-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. The first really successful pass play the Red Devils have had down the field.
Well, we brought a linebacker blitz, so we got pressure. But that route that was open their last series, this time they executed it. They caught the corner cheating in a little bit, and they ran that little out route to the sideline. And this time they connected on it. It was a big play.
Well, and, Isaac King, only 5'9". If he's about 6 foot, that's an interception.
Yes.
They were just over his head.
Yeah, and if Nelson Ryder a second quicker, he probably gets to the quarterback.
So 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at their own 48-yard line. 4:45 to play in the second quarter. 22-0 Carmi White County. Hofford handoff to Shelf up the middle. Shelf looking to go to the right side. Dodson will bring him down as well as Noah Pollard. Shelf took it into Bulldog territory to the 47, and Shelf a little slow to get up.
Yeah, and you don't want to see that if you're Sesser.
Yeah.
And still, 4:23 left in this second quarter. If you're Carmi, you still don't want to feel comfortable at all. You don't want to let Sesser come down here and get a score before half, because if it's 22-6, 22-8, they get the ball right at the next half and say they put another drive together, then we're at a one-score game. So it's still critical here that the Bulldogs keep them out of the end zone before halftime.
Two receivers each side of Hofford in the shotgun on 2nd down and 5. He takes a snap. They give it off to Shelf again to the left side. Shelf trying to bounce it out, now tries to slide back in. Slipped up right at the line of scrimmage. Multiple Bulldogs on the tackle. 3rd and about 6 coming up for the Red Devils.
Looked like Odd and Pollard were over there again. And kind of for a second, the first wave of defenders kind of overran him, and I thought for a second he was going to bust that.
Carmi's done a really good job on that east and west running game the Red Devils are trying to do.
Yeah.
Bulldogs are erasing that.
They are, absolutely. And you're taking them out of their comfort zone when you do that. Because, again, we talked about it. They're an edge team. They love to get on the outside and run the ball.
Two receivers each side now for Hofford. He's got Shelf to his right here on 3rd down and 6. Hofford back to pass. Bulldogs bring the pressure, throw to the near sideline. Packer was open on the same pass play they ran earlier, but he threw it 5 feet out of bounds. It's 4th down, and the Red Devils will punt with the football at the Bulldog 49.
Well, credit Draxod on that one. He came on a linebacker blitz, came right in the the B gap between the guard and tackle untouched, and he forced that throw to be hurried. If they got a little more time on that, again, they had a receiver open, but that's what pressure does. People ask, how do you counter a spread team? That's exactly how you do it. You put pressure on the quarterback.
3:06 to play in the second quarter. 22-0 Bulldogs. King and Driscoll deep to return the punt. It's a bad snap, but the Sesser-Valier punter gets it away. King telling everybody to get away from it, and Driscoll's going to fall on it.
That was dangerous.
It might have rolled in the end zone if he doesn't get that, but he has it at the 10-yard line.
I was just glad he got it, because if that thing was muffed, they could have fell on that.
Yeah.
So I always get nervous on punt returns. Just bad experiences from junior level coaching. So I forget these are high schoolers, but
So the Bulldogs will start this drive. And again, kind of the same thing we said last time, Chris. If you can kill the clock You got 3 minutes left. Put together a nice little 3-minute drill here. And you don't have to score, but don't let the Red Devils get a chance before the end of the half because they do get the ball to start the third quarter.
And honestly, I think we're just going to keep it on the ground here, not get too vanilla. But this Red Devil defense is already on their heels. So if you can just keep wearing them down a little bit here, just slowly move the ball, get field position, don't give them time.
Under center is Leg here on 1st and 10. Hand off to King off the right side, and not much of anything there. No gain for Isaac at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 10.
The Red Devils do have 2 timeouts, so if they stop us after this 3rd down play, they may use one of those timeouts.
Because you got to think field position here. If you're the Bulldogs, you're punting this ball inside your own 20. You got to expect the Red Devils to get it back in Bulldog territory.
And midfield at the worst case scenario for them.
And so you're right. I can't imagine Carmi wanting to risk anything here on this drive.
No, they're just going to stick to their guns here and run the ball.
2:20 left here in the second quarter. 22-0 Bulldogs. Under center is Leg in the T formation. Leg will turn and give it off to Odd up the middle. Correction, that's Dotson. And he will take it up to the 15, gain of 5. So here's a big 3rd down play.
So now you're 3rd and 5 again. Play clock is your friend.
Kind of surprised the Red Devils didn't want to use a timeout there.
I would have thought I would expect them to after this down.
Definitely,
for sure.
if they don't get the first down here.
Yeah, they'll definitely call one if we don't get the first down. That would leave them. Well, see, we don't have the play clock in front of us, so there's usually about I believe high school is it 45 second 40. Play clock. So Bulldogs are milking every bit of that before they snap the ball.
Here we go, 3rd and 5, 90 seconds left in the second quarter. Under center is Leg. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle to Odd, and Odd going to be met. He's not going to have the first down, short by about 2 yards, and there is that Red Devil timeout. So Sesser-Valier will get a chance to go to the end zone before the end of the half, and they will get the ball to start the second half. So Sesser-Valier will burn their second timeout. We will keep it here. And so you got to imagine, Chris, if you're the Red Devils, you get this ball back here, and it's what you do every Thursday. You've got one timeout, got to stay out of bounds, got to try to find the end zone before the end of the half.
Yeah, and they're going to get the ball at least. Now that we've moved a little bit, I would say they'll be over midfield. Yeah,
yeah.
And with one time, they've just used one timeout.
That was their second.
Second, okay, so they have one. So, you're just going to run what you call your 2-minute drill. And that's just you throw it, try to hit the sidelines. As soon as the ball's thrown, even if it's first down, team's sprinting up to the ball, and you're just running your plays under center. You don't huddle. It's just it's the 2-minute drill it's called. So, and if that's a strength of this Sesser team, they're kind of a fast-paced type team, we'll see. But, again, if you're Carmi, you just want to get them off the field and go up at halftime with the 3-score lead. If you give up a score here, you're giving them life. Because, again, they start the second half with the ball, and if we give up a score here, they put a good drive together to start the third. All of a sudden, you're in a 1-score game.
So 4th down and 2.
And we got our normal personnel. We're going for it.
I don't see Mitchell Everett's out there.
I almost said, would Kurt Simon go for this?
If you don't get this, you are giving the Red Devils a great chance to score.
The Riverboat Gambler.
Talk about trust in your O-line. Here on 4th and 2 from their own 19-yard line.
Watch
under center is Leg.
Hard count.
That's what they'll do.
And they're going to punt it now.
Bulldogs ran to the line of scrimmage trying to go for the hard count. And then Warren Leg stood up and called a timeout. We will take a 30-second break right here on Your Home for Bulldog Football, 97.3 WRUL.
Share your talents and grow your caregiving career without sacrificing life. Now hiring RNs, LPNs, and CNAs at Wabash Christian Village. Our professionals enjoy flexible schedules, competitive wages, a paycheck, advanced program, continuing education, leadership opportunities, and so much more. You can make a difference with a healthcare career, and there's never been a better time to make a change. Apply today at wbcdcareers.org.
So 1:15 left to play here in the second quarter. Going to be 4th down and 2 for the Bulldogs at their own 18-yard line. Hey, I want to shout out Rob Sides, who is a Sesser fan watching all the way from Djibouti, Africa. He's watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube stream. So thanks, Rob, for tuning in. By far our furthest away listener this season. So the Bulldogs will punt this one away from their own 18-yard line. There's Mitchell Edwards. Good snap. And a line drive punt by Edwards. Shelf has it at the 49-yard line, and lots of green grass on the far side. Shelf will be tripped up by Noah Pollard. That's a great play by the sophomore. Or correction, was that Caleb Siebers? Yep, Siebers there. I saw the two. Siebers with a nice open field tackle to really save a big return.
Well, they've both been all over the field. Yeah, and I, like you, I saw a lot of green real estate over there for Shelf, who's got a lot of speed. And that looks scary for a second. But still, if you're Sesser, you got 1:06 on the clock, a timeout, and you're in Bulldog territory. So nothing's out of the question here. They got plenty of time to throw one in the end zone or run it. Either way, they got plenty of time here.
So Hofford, the quarterback, back in the shotgun. He's got Shelf to his right, two receivers to each side. Shelf takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Shelf, roll out pass to his right. Hofford looking to run with it. Now he does, goes to the sideline and gets out of bounds just shy of the 30. About a 6 or 7 yard pickup there for Hofford.
And a good smart play.
Yep.
That was a run pass option. He was kind of rolling out, looking downfield. He saw nothing was there, and he just took the yardage instead. Isaac King from his defensive end position, I thought he was going to come up, but he got hooked just at the last second.
No huddle here for the Red Devils. 59 seconds to play in the second quarter. 22-0 Bulldogs. Handoff to Shelf up the middle. Penalty flag flies in. That's our first one of the night as Shelf is taken down right at the 30. Vickers and Pollard in there to bring him down. We'll see what the flag is.
It's usually in that holding area. They're saying it may be against the Bulldogs. Nope.
Holding against Sesser-Valier. Yeah. That's the first flag for either side tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. This has been a very clean game so far. Officials letting these guys play. Well, I'd seen some Sesser coaches signaling, of course, you try to do that. You try to convince the refs, hey, it was the other team. And that was an interesting decision. 2nd and 6, do you decline it and keep it 3rd down, or?
I say push him back. And it's 4-down territory regardless.
Right.
Because that puts the football, that goes from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 16.
Yeah, you got to play field position here. And now the clock's running.
Yeah, with the football all the way back at the Carmi 42. And the clock is running all the way down to 30 seconds now.
Wow.
Under center is Hofford. They might just run this one out. Hofford moves Malone in motion. They toss it to Malone, left side. Malone looking to the outside. Now cuts back inside. Malone will take it inside the 30. Desmond Malone is going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Sesser-Valier. Oh, how did the Bulldogs let that happen?
Well, I thought they got away with a block in the back on Siebers. It was clear as day. Siebers was shoved from behind the line of scrimmage, but the worst thing you wanted to have happen right before half just did. Because you were about to hit the jugular vein on this Sesser club, and now they have life.
That's a huge play because the Red Devils, again, will get the ball to start the second half. Looking over, I know the Kurt Simon, Clinton Wolf not happy about that one on the far sideline, and you can't blame them. Here's the extra point attempt for the Red Devils. I think it's blocked.
It's live. It's still live.
Is that a 2-point play? I think in high school the play blows dead.
Okay, I get a little excited. I'm watching the NFL too much. Yeah.
NFL and college, it's a chance for a 2-point play, but in high school it is.
I need to study my rule book a little better. Sorry.
We'll keep it here, but a touchdown by the Red Devils, a 42-yard touchdown run by Desmond Malone. You hate that because if you're Carmi, I really thought there, Sesser went under center there. You're thinking they might just run this and call it good, try to get a Hail Mary or something, but then Malone, just found the outside and took it to the end zone.
Well, it was that same jet sweep play that they got a lot of yardage on earlier in the game, and you saw that formation. And honestly, when Siebers came up, literally, things happen. You can't call everything, but it looked to me like he got clipped right in the back. But again, if you're the Bulldogs, we said you can't let them get a score because now they're going to get the ball the second half. You've given them life. So instead of going in half 22-zip, now it's 22-6. If Sesser comes out, has some confidence, puts together a good drive, now you've given them life. So Carmi's really going to have to respond this opening drive, the second half. See if they may onside this.
I wouldn't be surprised. 15.3 seconds. 22-6 Bulldogs lead. And it's going to be a line drive kick that it's going to be picked up at the 21-yard line. That's Branton Stockton, who is going to take it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. I can imagine we'll see one kneel down and go to the locker room.
That's exactly what you want to see at this point.
Man, you hate that, Chris.
Yeah,
It just feels like it's a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth going into halftime, and you really feel like the Sessers got the momentum now.
It's just absolutely a fly in the ointment there, because it was just everything was falling our way, making big plays at critical times. 22-0. You almost got them down for the count, and you just gave them life back.
Under center is Legg here, 11.5 seconds. Legg will give it off to King on the right side. King gets it across the 45, puts a shoulder down across midfield. He will take it up to the 47, and Bulldogs will call a timeout.
Maybe we'll try toss one to the end zone here.
We might as well.
See if we'll just run a normal play action, or will we go spread?
I'd say let your sophomore sling it.
Looks like Legg staying over there, so yeah, they're just letting it run out.
Okay, I thought they might have called a timeout, but instead they let the clock run out. That is the end of the first half. So it was all Bulldogs for the first 23 minutes, but the Red Devils score right before the break, and they will get the ball to start the second quarter of action. We will take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we will have the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show right here on your home for Bulldog football, 97.3 WRUL. Back in 3 minutes.
Environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit, to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank. Make it easy. Bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
It's going to get
whole new.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
Others have come and gone the past 70 years, but their dedication of superior service has helped them thrive for 4 generations at Rush Appliance in Fairfield and Carmi. They deliver quality Speed Queen products, and if you ever call them for service, they are in your driveway almost before you hang up your phone. John Rush is inviting you to check out Speed Queen washer and dryer repairs at Rush Appliance and Furniture in downtown Fairfield and Carmi.
Right.
Citizens National Bank of Albion is making changes for the better.
Even better, that is.
Even better bank locations.
For even better customer service.
Even better leadership.
For even better local decision making.
And even better products and services.
That's why Citizens National Bank of Albion is your 5-star and most trusted financial partners in Edwards, Wayne, White, Richland, and Lawrence counties.
Citizens National Bank of Albion, know even better banking.
Member FDIC, equal.
CoVision.
Looking for an accountant, what comes to mind?
Trustworthiness, accuracy, up-to-date knowledge of tax laws, truthiness.
Wait, truthiness? That's not even a real word.
Well, you know what I mean. Honesty, trust, accuracy, and knowledge. They're all really important.
When it comes to your accounting, you need a professional you can trust. You need Nancy J. Winter CPA. Visit nancyjwintercpa.com to learn more.
How do you want to do this?
Your partner in auto repair. That's Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. You get service, expertise, and I promise you'll drive away satisfied. Complete engine and body repair, 24-hour-a-day record and towing service, tires for service,
Halftime here at Sesser-Valier. The Bulldogs lead the Red Devils 22-6. The halftime show is produced courtesy of the Jordan Funeral Group, remembering lives well lived and honoring the tradition of Bulldog athletics. Visit jordanfuneralgroup.com for more information. Well, it was all Bulldogs there for the first 23 minutes. At about 50 seconds, the Red Devils find the end zone right before half. They get the ball to start the third quarter. Chris, you have the lead, but man, you still feel a little bit scared if you're the Bulldogs at this point.
If you look at the positives, this first half up to that point was everything the Bulldogs could have hoped for. Our very first possession was about a 4-play possession. Took the ball, Draxod, bust one off left tackle, we're up. Exactly what you want on the road, early momentum. Sesser gets it on the next series. They're driving. Isaac King with a big pick six, momentum. Then things start going back and forth a little bit. The Sesser defense tightened up, and we were stalling a little bit, kind of went back and forth. Then we get the ball after we made a good 4-down stop there deep in their territory, and we take the ball. King busts it on an ISO. That was a 79-yard touchdown run. So we're up 22-0. And we sat here with less than a minute left and said, the one thing you don't want to do is give up a score here. There were 15 seconds left. You're up 22-0. You're almost ready to close the door. Because, again, Sesser gets the ball to start the second half. You start the second half up 22-0. You got some breathing room.
Absolutely.
You gave up a score. The long sweep with 15 seconds left, we give up the score. Now they have life. Even though we're still up 22-6, again, not trying to be negative Ned here, because what the Bulldogs have done up to this point has been fantastic.
Yes.
They played a fantastic half in football. It was just that little fly in the ointment. You didn't want to give Sesser any life. So now this opening drive becomes critical for both teams, really, because if Sesser's able to take this opening possession, march this ball down the field or a quick score, either way, if they come out and put a score on the board immediately, we're a one-score game. If they get a conversion, we're a one-score game. And now the feeling in the air changes a little. Now the Bulldogs are like, okay, we're in a fight when we could have had this kind of in control. So if we can come out and get a stop, if it's not a 3-and-out, if we can just force them to punt the ball, turn over and down something, that's going to really define this game, because I think Sesser is going to expect, and they're going to have to get their momentum established early, because if they don't come out, put points on the board this opening drive, they give us the ball back. That gives us time to kind of bleed the clock and do what we do best, just kind of suffocate teams to death with our run game.
And give credit where credit is due. This Sesser-Valier defense has been great, because the Bulldogs, outside of their 3 scores, 2 of those on the offensive side, they've done a great job of stopping the Bulldogs, making them punt multiple times, and that's the reason why they're still in this game.
Absolutely. They really stiffened up after that first drive. Again, King got the pick 6 to give us another score. The other one was just, again, the way they adjusted. If you're watching this, you saw early in the game they were playing about a 5-3 type defense, 5 down linemen, 3 backers, a safety or 2 back, just kind of a vanilla look. But by midway, or actually late in the first, early in the second quarter, you could literally see there were 10, 11 guys at the line of scrimmage. So they were stuffing our run. However, at times that can work against you, because you saw when King busted that 79-yard run, when you got all 11 men in the box, you're taking a gamble. If they happen to get a hat on a hat, meaning every defender's blocked, and the back gets past the initial wave of the line of scrimmage, there is no one back there. There's literally no safety back there to prevent a long busted touchdown run, and that's what happened. When King broke that second barrier, there was no one there. He was gone. So Bulldogs took advantage of it. That's kind of the gamble. When you stack the box like that, you're saying, okay, we're telling you we're not going to let you run the football, but we're gambling, because if you do happen to slip through, it's kind of like a double team in basketball. When you leave someone to go double team another player, if they kick the ball to the open man for a wide open shot, you've taken a gamble. Same thing in football. When you bring extra guys into the line of scrimmage, you're gambling that those guys are going to make a play, because if they don't, you have no help deep. And that's how the Bulldogs got that third score from King.
Something that's been a little bit of a concern for Carmi tonight has been the passing game. We said before the game that, I expect Warren Legg to have some chances tonight to complete some passes, and I think he's thrown 3 pass plays, and 2 of them have been incomplete. And that's a little bit of a concern, obviously, because as the year goes on, Carmi is going to have to throw the ball games like this, situations where you're 3rd and long, and the pressure has gotten to Warren early in the game.
Yeah, it's just football is a game. They say it's a game of inches, and it's also a game of seconds, because the 2 times Warren threw the ball, I felt like one of them he had to rush a little bit, and that kind of messed up the timing. The second time he threw, he had, I believe it was Nate Brown, one of them open down there. Had he just gotten a little more steam on that, that's probably a completion. So, again, those are just little things that can it's the little bitty things in football that can affect the outcome. So I think you're right, Cole. I think this next half is going to come down to 2 things. Number one, Carmi, in my opinion, cannot let Sesser score on this opening drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if they do, this momentum, the temperature is going to get really warm down there, okay? It's going to get really dicey, because then the mental game comes in. Football is a game of momentum. Momentum can change at any second, so the Bulldogs cannot give Sesser any confidence at all starting the second half by giving up a score. They have to get a 3-and-out. They just have to get them off the field, get the ball back, and then start eating up chunks of yards and chunks of play clock at the same time.
Do want to take a second and thank all of our sponsors. This is the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show. Our sponsors are Little Giant Grocery Outlet, Rice Motor Company, Hale Body Shop, First Mid Bank and Trust, Wabash Christian Therapy, Bush & Associates CPAs, People's National Bank, Hamilton Memorial Hospital District, Rush Appliance and Furniture, Citizens National Bank of Albion, Nancy J. Winter CPA, Cherry Street Automotive, Farrell Hospital, Taylor Eye Care, Roark Transport, Wabash General Hospital, and Invenergy, Boomtown Solar. Again, halftime score, Bulldogs lead Sesser-Valier 22-6. We have a couple of the other scores in the BDC. I know Johnson City led Fairfield 21-0 at halftime. It was also Hamilton County over Edwards County 25-3, I do believe. So maybe not too surprised by either of those scores, but 21-0 JC over the Mules.
That is a little of a surprise. Again, Fairfield is suffering from the loss of their best player. Their best running back went down in week 1 with an ACL injury. So once that happened, that without question took a lot of punch out of their offense. But it also tells you a lot about the Johnson City Indians.
Yep.
Again, we said earlier in the year, well, they lost Austin Brown. As a reminder, that was a young man last year, all-state player who signed with University of Wisconsin.
Made a tackle last weekend, by the way, for
the
Wisconsin
he
Badgers.
did.
Yes.
He went from playing from the Black Diamond to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So he's playing as a true freshman. That tells you the caliber player he was, and everybody thought, okay, now he's gone. Now Johnson City might be, gone too. Not the case. If you recall, last year Johnson City had a fantastic and huge offensive line, and they kind of got slept on in the conversation this year as the teams that could win this thing. So, am I surprised by 21-0? A little. I expect to be a little closer, but am I surprised Johnson City could win that game? Not at all.
Yeah. And again, Carmi will see Johnson City at JC Week 8, so long time from here and there. But for right now, it's halftime, and the Bulldogs lead the Red Devils 22-6. We'll take a 3-minute break. Third quarter right around the corner here on Your Home for Bulldog Football, 97.3 WRUL.
Farrell Hospital is committed to providing quality health care to our community, and we're always striving to deliver more care close to home. We now offer more services: orthopedic care, cancer care, and ear, nose, and throat care. We've added more locations, Harrisburg Family Medicine, and a new larger Carmi Family Medicine clinic. We offer more convenient options like online scheduling for appointments, large drop size clinics.
Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation of dependable hauling that many in this depended on. Roark Transport now also offers rock, dirt, and lime hauling from parking lots, driveways, and washouts. Roark Transport can handle all your rock and dirt hauling needs. Farmers can also depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. For your next driveway or parking lot job, remember Roark Transport for fast, dependable service. Call Roark Transport today at 265-3665.
General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love. From treating all aspects of heart health, diagnosis, treatment, and management of your heart condition to an orthopedic team ready to restore your quality of life by improving your mobility, flexibility, endurance, and strength. Call Wabash General Hospital today, 618-262-8621. Wabash General Hospital, committed to combining passion and knowledge to heal. Visit wabashgeneral.com for more information.
I don't think Florida.
The alarm sounds, coffee brews, and the porch light guides your steps toward another busy day. Just like you, Invenergy Solar is up with the sun. Invenergy's Boomtown Solar project will create up to 400 construction jobs and create enough electricity to power 40,000 American homes. Invenergy expects to invest $60 million over the project's lifetime, helping illuminate the future of all in White County. Private investment developed on private property with public benefits. Invenergy.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois. Well, both teams are out of the locker room here at halftime. Bulldogs lead it 22-6 in what's been a very interesting game. It was all Bulldogs there in the first 23 and a half minutes, but the Red Devils were able to find the end zone right before the break. Sesser-Valier will get the ball to start the second half. And Chris, I know we got a lot of football left, but this first possession is going to have a big difference and could be the difference in how this game ends.
I absolutely 100% agree with that. I think this series could easily determine the course of the rest of this game. Again, 2 whole quarters left to play, so nothing's decided. But again, Sesser got a huge lifeline by getting that last score.
Yep.
Getting that, I mean, again, if you're the Bulldogs, you are absolutely punching yourself in the head thinking we missed a golden opportunity there to really put the hammer down. So now you've given them some life, and Sesser's going to have the ball to start this second half. So everything boils down, in my opinion, to this first drive. If the Bulldogs can keep them out of the end zone, it's critical. Yep. If they come down here, march down convincingly and score, we got a game.
Do want to let fans know about the first annual CWC Bulldog Chili Cook-Off, which will take place on September 23rd. That is the home game against Fairfield. Prior to that game, that is at 5:30. $25 to enter. Sign-up deadline will be on September 19th. That is through the Bulldog Booster Club, so you can go to the Booster Club Facebook page to sign up. Again, that is the first annual CWC Bulldog Chili Cook-Off coming up on September 23rd prior to the Fairfield game at home. Bulldogs will be at home, so they'll have 2 straight home games the next 2 weeks. They'll welcome in the CZR Bearcats next Friday, and CZR has had kind of a rough start to the year, got shut out by Hamilton County last week, so Bulldogs could be in favor next week for sure against the Bearcats, but still an entire second half to go here in this one.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing on the Bulldogs' mind right now. I know Coach Kurt Simon is thinking, okay, it's time for our defense to rise to the challenge here. Again, Sesser got some life breathed back into him right before the half, and now Carmi going from 22-0, kind of really deflating the Red Devils to now they have some life, and know if they can put a good drive together here, it becomes, and if they get the conversion, it's a 1-score game.
Also want to remind fans about the Saturday morning sports show tomorrow live at 9 a.m. on 97.3 WRUL as well as 93.3 WROI. Chris and I will be there to break down this game and the other games going on in the area, and we'll welcome in Kelsey Rankin, junior high softball head coach, will swing by and chat with us for a minute. And we are just about ready to kick off the second half of action. Again, Red Devils will get the ball to start the second half.
I'm anxious for the Saturday morning sports show tomorrow because I don't know. I think I might be undefeated. I may be the first 10-0 in history of picks.
Very
you know
well
that, right?
could be.
You know
Very
that,
well
right?
could be.
Do I get a prize?
I'll have one ready for you. How about
you
that?
do?
I'll have one ready for you.
Okay. I expect that. I expect to hold you to that.
Not for sure on the dollar value of the prize, but I'll have something for you if you indeed go 10-0.
Well, I accept food, too. Food is as good as money to me. So,
Bulldogs will kick this one off from their own 40. Mitchell Edwards, who has been doing all the kicking for Carmi, whether it's punting, PATs, and kickoffs this year. Made a couple of PATs last week. Carmi has been going for 2 all night tonight. 22-6 your halftime score, and we're underway here in the third quarter. Sesser-Valier fields it from the 31-yard line to the 21-yard line, and going across the 30 and being met there is number 6, Pacey Dudley. And so 1st and 10 for the Red Devils, and here we go. Arguably the biggest drive of the game thus far, right here, starting off at the Sesser-Valier 30-yard line.
And it just becomes a battle of wills right now. Bulldog defense knows that they have to come up big here. And consequently, Sesser knows they've got to put a drive together to really convincingly get back in this game, make it a one-score game.
Definitely thought the first half kind of ended on a sour note for Carmi, allowing Sesser to score with just 11 seconds left. So they come out in the spread. 2 receivers to the left of Hofford in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle to Shelf. Or correction, that's Gunner. He's going to try to bounce it outside, and he'll be get up to the 39. About a 9-yard pickup there for Gunner. Will be 2nd and short.
And you don't like to see that in the first run play. Gain of almost 9 yards, almost moving the chains on the first play. That's a play the Bulldogs had snuffed out early in the game. Just the fullback coming up the gut. One of the linebackers just kind of ran by and made it a little bit of an arm tackle, allowed him to get that extra yards. Could have been stopped for maybe a 2-yard gain initially.
2nd down and 2. Second play of the third quarter. Hofford back in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left. He's got Shelf to his left. Moves a man in motion, and they fake the handoff. Quarterback run. Hofford tries to go to the left side. He's taken down to the backfield. Isaac King brought him down. They'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 here for the Red Devils.
You see the misdirection they try to get you with on that play.
Yeah.
Bringing the back in motion to the right, faking another back to the left, and the quarterback finally keeps it. So 3rd and 2. Maybe I'm going to gamble here, but I'm going to say if Sesser doesn't get this, they may go for it, because I know it's real early, but they know they've got to keep this drive going.
3rd down and 2. Ball at the Sesser-Valier 39-yard line. 90 seconds gone here in the third quarter. 22-6. Bulldogs in front. Hofford in the shotgun. He hands it off up the middle to Gunner. Gunner is stiffed in the backfield. Draxon on the first one there. Gavin Payton also in there. No gain. It's 4th down and 2, and I think the Red Devils will go for it.
They're going to. I think John Shadowins is saying, hey, if we're going to do it, it's got to be now. Because we don't want to give the ball back to Carmi. We need to get the chains moved. We need to keep the ball. So they're going to.
4th down and 2. Bulldog fans making some noise across the way. Under 10 to play here in the third quarter.
And watch the hard count here if you're the Bulldogs.
Some confusion offensively here for Sesser-Valier.
Now they're calling,
I was going to say that play clock had to be low. There is no play clock to our display, but there was a lot of confusion, and Shadowinds will burn a timeout. So we'll take one as well. We'll take a 30-second break right here on your home for Bulldog football, 97.3 WRUL.
Hey, Tom, what's up, man? You look awful.
Yeah, well, I think I just shitted myself to death.
Dude, that's brutal.
Yeah, I should have bought the truck, should have taken advantage of the deal. It was perfect, and everything about Rice is nice, but I just wasn't sure. Then I spent the next hours, days, weeks, and months shooting myself until I just couldn't take it anymore.
Let me tell you what you ought to do. You ought to buy a truck from Rice Motors in Carmi.
Hop on and take Rice Motors. That's right today. Everything about Rice is nice. Rice.
9:43 left here in the second quarter. It's going to be 4th down and 2 here for the Red Devils from their own 39-yard line. They will go for it after burning a timeout, after some confusion. So a big play here. Bulldogs lead 22-6.
Look for that jet sweep again to the left side.
Hofford in the shotgun. They give it up the middle, and that is Parker, and he's got it. Packer, that is, got the carry. He took it across the 40. The far side official has him right at the 40. The near side official has him at the 41, which would be enough for a first down, and they're going to measure.
I'm hoping my eyes from the far side, which tell me he's short, are right, but that's the optical illusion. It's the optical illusion. If you look at it from the far sticks, but if you look at it from this side, it looks like he's got it.
This is going to be close. So Bobby Blondie and his crew will get the sticks out. They'll see if he's got the first down. Again, he needed to get across the 40.
Looks like he did.
Yep, he's got it. Yep. First down, Red Devils, so they keep the drive going. And Chris, you were calling jet sweep, but they go up the middle to Packer.
Shows you what I know sometimes. Yeah. Well, they'd been successful with it before, and they were lined up with those two wideouts, so I was looking for it. And credit Packer because they had him stood up, and he kept his feet moving, got enough lean to fall back into that. So, and again, gutsy call by the Red Devils. It tells you their sense of urgency. They know it. They know they've got to get the ball in the end zone this drive.
1st and 10 now for the Red Devils at their own 41-yard line. Hofford fakes the handoff, quarterback run up the middle, runs right into the arms of Draxon Odd. Gavin Payton lost a helmet on the play, but about a 5-yard pickup there for Hofford. 2nd and 5 coming up.
And again, another aspect of their offense that you can't forget, that quarterback draw again. They ran it for about a 10, 12-yard game early in the game. And they saw the opening there that they run the edges so well that it makes you forget the quarterback can run too.
Under 9 to play here in the third quarter, 22-6. Bulldogs in front. Hofford in the shotgun. He's got Malone to his left. He gives it off to Malone, running to the right side. A lineman in front of him. And there's going to be Nelson Ryder and Trayton Vickers who bring him down about a yard shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Red Devils at their own 49-yard line.
Kind of their own version of that inside toss that Carmi likes to run, pulling both guards, trying to get on the perimeter a little bit. But again, Sesser staying ahead of the chains. Now they're 3rd and 1. They're borrowing a page from the Bulldogs playbook here. They're just being methodical because they know they don't want to let Carmi have the ball too long either.
3rd down and 1. Hofford in the shotgun. Hands it off to Gunner up the middle. First down by plenty across the 45 up to the Bulldog 41-yard line. The Red Devils are putting together a drive here to start the third quarter.
And it's just what we feared. It's the exact same thing. If you're a Bulldog fan and us up here and Coach Simon, you feared. That's why you did not want to let them see the end zone there with a minute left in the second quarter. That's why that was so critical to keep them out. And now it's getting very interesting as they are driving.
Completely changed the game.
Totally.
Hofford to the shotgun. Ball at the Carmi 41-yard line. In the shotgun, they hand it off to Shelf up the middle. He tries to put his feet in the ground and then gets taken out. It's actually Gunner who is the ball carrier. And he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage and he's slow to getting up.
Yeah, he's holding his side there. And I tell you, Bulldogs are kind of fortunate he slipped there because he was going to cut that back against the grain, and there was nothing there if he hits that.
Red Devils go no huddle here. They did that on their touchdown drive to end the first half. Hofford hands it off to Gunner again. Now left side. He cuts back up the middle. Odd and Ryder meet him at the 45-yard line. He is going to set up a 3rd down and about 3, call it 4 here for the Red Devils.
Sesser changing their strategy, going this no-huddle look. They're going to try to wear down this Bulldog defense. And so far, that strategy's worked.
Back to the no-huddle. Hofford in the shotgun here on 3rd and 4. Hoffman hands it off to Shelf up the middle, and Shelf is taken down to the backfield. Bryson Moore shot through to bring him down. It's 4th down.
The senior Bryson Moore coming through when we needed it because he had, again, that was a lot of real estate there. I thought he was going to get it. Bryson Moore, been a playmaker since a freshman for this Bulldog defense.
A 4-year starter.
Huge play right there. Now 4th and 3.
Here we go. Big play.
Bulldogs really, really need to get a stop here because you can just kind of feel Sesser starting, they're starting to get something cooking. The water's starting to bubble a little bit. So
we already halfway through this third quarter.
Yeah.
They've burned 6 minutes of clock. 4th down and 3. And the shotgun is Hofford. He fakes the handoff. Quarterback run. Hufford
He's
is not
short.
going to get there.
He's
The
short.
Bulldogs get the stop yet again. Bryson Moore yet again. And a turnover on downs. That's a Rush Appliance first down for the Bulldogs.
Biggest stop of the night for the Bulldogs. They tried the quarterback draw again up the middle. It had worked so well all night. That time the Bulldog defense snuffed it out. Big number 79 right there making the play, and probably the biggest stop of the night to this point, because you could feel Sesser gaining momentum with every possession there. They went no huddle, and they were going to try to wear us down. Huge stop.
So now 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Wing back to the left side of leg under center. Warren hands it off to Odd. Second man through off the right side. Odd will break a tackle. First down and more across the far sideline. He will take it across midfield into Sesser-Valier territory. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. That's a Rush Appliance first down.
Now, here's where Carmi can do what they do best. What you just saw right there. A little power G to the right side. Drax and Odd just dragging tacklers with him, taking 3-yard gains and making them 10-yard gains. This is where the Bulldogs can now get in their comfort zone. And they don't have to get in a hurry for anything.
So 1st down and 10, ball at the Sesser-Valier 48-yard line. We are under 6 to play in this third quarter. 22-6, Bulldogs in front. Under center is Leg, hands it off to King straight up ahead. King will spin his way across the 45 where he's taken down at the 42. About an 8-yard gain there.
Beautiful job on the ISO out of the power I. Again, just straightforward smash mouth running. Good blocking there. Number 62, right tackle Austin Owen, doing a nice job over there, getting downfield on a safety. And again, I haven't mentioned them enough. This offensive line, Pringle, Peyton, Ryder, Moore, and Owen have been fantastic tonight.
They called a gain of 6, so 2nd and 4. Ball at the Sesser-Valier 42-yard line. T formation under center is Leg. He will give it off to Odd, left side. Odd, first down across the 35. Stumbles his way inside the 30. That's a Rush Appliance first down for Carmi White County.
Beautiful job. Left side of the line, just sticking to their blocks. Odd is going to get you those tough yards. When you need what I call grinded out yards, he's going to get them for you. King's your home run hitter. Odd is your grinder. And with every possession here, now Carmi, you can see how they're just taking their time in the huddle. No reason to be in a hurry. The more they control the clock now, they're keeping the ball out of Sesser's hands.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, 22-6, Bulldogs in front. Leg under center in the T formation. He gives it off to Dotson up the middle. Dotson breaks free inside the 15, taken down inside the 10. 1st and goal, Bulldogs. Andrew Dotson, his first carry of the night, sets up a 1st and goal. Rush Appliance first down.
What you saw there, the Bulldogs, when they line up in the T, normally run what's called the cross buck. It's either the right tailback getting it to the left or the left tailback to the right. The variation off that is the fullback going the opposite direction. Andrew Dotson, the first time his number was called tonight, got the ball on what they call a cross buck give, which means give to the fullback, and he hit it. Caught the Sesser defense off guard. Beautiful run.
1st and goal from the Sesser-Valier 5-yard line. Wing back to the left of Warren Leg. That's Drax and Odd. Leg hands it off to Odd, right side, tripped up initially, and fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown! I thought he got tripped up in the backfield, but he stayed on his feet and found the end zone. Touchdown, Carmi White County.
What a run by Drax and Odd. Like you, Cole, I thought he got stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he just keeps his legs moving. That kid will not quit until he is absolutely on the ground. Beautiful run. Again, the tough yards. I don't know how to describe it. I've said road grader, he just drags things with him. Anything in his path, he's taken with him. He looks for contact. It's like he thrives on just contact at all times. Unusual for a running back.
Bulldogs will go for 2 here in the power I formation. King dots the I, and they again get the Red Devils to jump off sides. It will be a 1-yard 2-point conversion.
If I'm Carmi, I just stay in this. They know it's coming.
Yep. There's no need to even think about passing the ball the rest of the game.
No. If I'm Carmi, I stay in that power I and just say, try and stop us, boys. Bulldogs got exactly what they needed on that drive. A little bit of breathing room.
This is really a big 2-point conversion as well. It'll make it a 24-point game, which is the biggest 3-possession lead you can have.
Yes. Come out in the tee. You look for crossbuck here.
Under center his leg here on the 2-point play. He will give it off to Odd. Left side, he's in untouched.
Beautiful.
2-point conversion, good. And with 4:09 to play in the third quarter, the Bulldogs strike again. They lead Sesser-Valier 30-6. We'll take a 30-second break here on your home for Bulldog football, 97.3 WRUL.
It's no accident that more and more people trust Hale Body Shop when they need collision repair.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop work hard to get your car back to you as soon as possible.
They understand how busy you are.
They also understand that sometimes life happens.
And if you find yourself in an accident,
remember, when it does, there's only one place to go.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi, way out there on Possum Road.
Mitchell Edwards set to kick this one off. 4:09 to play here in the third quarter. Carmi-White County leading Sesser-Valier 30-6.
I'm breathing a little easier.
Line drive kick for Edwards, picked up by Shelf at the 19-yard line. Across the far sideline, there goes Shelf. He's got running room, and Edwards will knock him out of bounds. So Mitchell Edwards pretty much saved a touchdown there to knock Shelf out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So good field position here for the Red Devils, but they trail by 3 scores.
And if you're the Bulldogs, you answered the bell when you needed to. That first drive, Sesser came out. It was getting kind of dicey because they moved the ball methodically down the field, got inside our 40, we were about on our 35, 30-yard line, and the Bulldog defense come up huge on a 4th and 3 play. And then the offense from there took over. This Bulldog running machine, which eats up literally anything in its path, did its thing. 30-6. You can breathe a little easier now. Nothing's over, but now little pressure's off.
Got to think to see some sense of urgency
Yep.
here from Sesser
There's
the
that
rest of the
sweep.
way. Sweep near side to Desmond Malone. He tries to bounce to the outside. Landon Driscoll, the first one there, and King will finish him off at the 43-yard line. When it's all said and done, just a 1-yard pickup there from Malone.
Well, you can see kind of, again, the same scenario. Caleb Sievers at his end position. You see him kind of shaking his head. It's not his fault. It's a tough, he's over there at end. He's got a wing back, a tight end, both trying to pinch down on him. He tried to shoot inside quick to get that, and you saw him kind of like, oh, why'd I do that? But Driscoll and Odd came over to make a great play and save a big gainer. But again, it's not lack of effort or anything. It's just that's a tough play to defend when they're putting that jet sweep out there.
So second down, they call it 8 here for Sesser-Valier at their own 44-yard line. Handoff Malone right side again. Malone gets past the first wave, but then is taken down at the 47-yard line. Nate Brown, Nelson Ryder brought him down. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
I'll tell you what, the right side of Sesser's old line got some movement on Brown that time, but Nelson Ryder, with Brown holding his ground so well against that double team, he allowed Ryder to scrape from his backer position and make that play. Had Ryder not come over there, been able to come over free, that might have been a huge gainer on that one.
So 3rd down and 5 now. 2:44 to play in the third quarter. 30-6, Bulldogs in front.
I'd say Sesser will go for it regardless what happens this play as well.
Hofford under center here on 3rd down. Takes a snap. They're going to fake the jet sweep. He's back to pass, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. He got rid of it. Isaac King was all over him. Hofford threw it away. And, Chris, you were wrong. Here comes the Sesser-Valier punt team.
When am I ever wrong? About every time I try to predict something out here. I thought maybe their mindset might be, hey, we got no choice at this point. What do we got to lose? But, at the same time, they're like, we got to somehow stop the bleeding. If they would have given Carmi the ball right here, the way our O-line's playing, it could be 2 plays. We punch it in.
Yep.
So if you're the Bulldogs, you couldn't have drawn it up any better than this.
Red Devils will punt it yet again. King and Driscoll are deep. King fields it on a hop. Breaks a couple of tackles. Takes it across the 30-yard line. Across the 35-40. Here goes Isaac King. One man to beat. King gets to the outside, and he's taken down. A penalty flag flies in. The punter saves a touchdown, but I don't think it would have mattered either way.
They're going to get it midfield, a block in the back. I think it was Big Eli Bryant, the defensive tackle, just trying to do something, and that looks like the call.
Just shows you what Isaac King can do. Turn nothing into something. Nearly broke that into about a 70-yard punt return touchdown. And
I'm still amazed. The second week in a row, a kicker tackled him.
Yeah.
How does that happen? But no. But that time, Isaac was doing the getaway.
Yep.
Just for a football rule, if you're watching this live stream, if a return man puts his arm above his head and waves it, that means fair catch. That means the defense just has to back away.
Yep.
He can attempt to catch it. If he catches it, then they don't touch him.
Yep.
If he signals fair catch but he drops it, it's still live.
Live ball. Yep.
If he signals fair catch, doesn't touch it, then they can down it wherever.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs after the penalty at their own 40-yard line. Hand off to Odd, left side, waiting for his blockers. Takes it across the 45 up to the 47. It'll be 2nd down at about 3.
If I'm the Bulldogs here, I'm snapping the ball with 5 seconds left on the play clock every play. It looks like Drax has got a cramp.
Yep. That's our first cramp of the night. And Draxon will try to take care of himself. Bennett Richter, the new athletic trainer, will run out and stretch him out. So we'll have a quick timeout here with the cramp of Draxon on. Had a score update. Last time I checked, it was Johnston City still leading Fairfield 21-0 with about 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. So really all Indians there in Fairfield. We'll try to search for some other scores during this short break we've got. And, of course, Twitter does not want to load, so that's fun. Chris, you got anything on your end? I know after 3 quarters of play, this is very interesting.
We do have something. Ms. Haley here has updated us. Johnson City leads Fairfield 28-0 at the end of the 3rd.
Now. Okay. I do have a score.
Okay.
El Dorado leads Flora 16-14 after 3 quarters of play.
Wow.
So Eagles trying to get their first win in 2 seasons against an undefeated Flora team. Hamilton County leading Edwards County 32-3 in the 3rd quarter. This is another surprising score in the LIC. Mount Carmel leads Casey Westfield 7-0 at half.
That is a surprise.
Mount Carmel has been dominant.
Now, about 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been surprised by that because Casey they were a strong program in the mid-2000s.
So under 2 minutes to play, the Bulldogs are back on the field. Under center is Legg here on 2nd down and 2. Legg will fake the handoff, give it off to the right side to Dotson. He will take it across midfield. He's going to have enough for a Bulldog first down. That will be a Rush Appliance first down. Move those chains as we are under 2 minutes to play. Bulldogs lead by 24, 30-6.
Good run by Dodson there. Tough runner. Looks like he's limping a little bit. And again, you see his forte is kind of getting to the outside. He's the speedster.
Yeah.
So he's not the punishing between the tackles runner, but he's still effective. Not to take away from it. It's just his strength is in open space. But he did a nice job getting the first down for the Dogs there. Saw some Sesser players kind of with their hands in the air like someone's injured or thought the penalty should have been called. I think it's injury.
Number 54, Caden Hicks, was a little shaken up, but he'll jog off, and the officials are going to wait a second till we can snap this one. So back to the line of scrimmage. The Bulldogs go with the ball at midfield. Under center is Legg here on 1st and 10 in the T formation. Legg gives it off to King off the right side. King spins across the 45 to the 44-yard line. About a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 coming up.
And with 1:30 left in the 3rd, I think the Bulldogs can just grind a couple more plays till the end of the 3rd quarter, and then quite honestly, you can start to see the blood in the water.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to celebrate early or anything, but in all honesty, I just think the Bulldogs have put the clamps down on this game at this point.
Sesser definitely had some opportunities that first drive to start the 3rd quarter, converted a 4th down, but couldn't convert a 2nd. 2nd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. We are approaching a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. They give it off to King up the middle. King will take it across the 40. That's going to be enough for a Rush Appliance first down for Carmi-White County.
And that was a huge first down because now you can definitely burn out this clock in the 3rd quarter. You can run basically one play.
Yep.
And that'll do it.
takes the football inside the Sesser-Valier 40-yard line. Again, 30-6.
And you can see the Bulldogs taking their time, breaking the huddle. They're going to milk this play clock down to at least 5 seconds before they snap the ball.
And again,
play clock is 40 seconds. You know, just to clarify that at home, if you're looking at the game clock, that's not the play clock.
Under 30 seconds to play now. Final play of the third quarter. Under center is Legg. Takes the snap, gives it off to King, right side, and he'll be tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Number 15 was the first Red Devil there, Colton Payne. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. So we go to the final stanza. Carmi White County hanging on to a 30-6 lead here in this battle of the unbeatens over Sesser-Valier. We will take a 1-minute break. Fourth quarter coming up here on your home for Bulldog football, 97.3 WRUL.
Life can be complicated, but managing your money should be simple. Whether you need to check your balances, deposit a check, pay bills, pay a friend, or transfer money to retirement savings, First Mid Online and Mobile Banking keep your finances simple every step along the way. With First Mid Bank and Trust, you can manage your money anytime right from your smartphone. You can even sign up for real-time alerts to stay on top of your account activity. Learn more about these conveniences at firstmid.com. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
We go to the fourth quarter. Carmi White County leading Sesser-Valier 30-6. Only one score in that third quarter. That was an Isaac King touchdown run. Oh, that was Isaac, right? I didn't write it down.
That was Isaac, yes.
Or no, it was Draxon Odd.
Excuse me,
Draxon
Odd on that.
I need to write that down before I forget. About a 4-yard run.
And Drax on the conversion?
Yes, yes.
He got them both.
Yeah, we're not perfect up here.
No. We're close. Dodson set it up.
Yes,
he
absolutely.
Got the ball down to the 2.
So Odd has scored twice. King has scored twice, once on offense and once on defense. And, well, pretty much all Carmi's got to do is kill 12 minutes of clock, and we'll go home 3-0 for the first time in 6 years.
And with our first win over Sesser since 2014.
Yes, but hey.
And I tell you, I don't know, as thrilled as I am by this, I don't know if any of us expected this, to be honest. I expected a slugfest, and it looked like that
was going to be the case.
About the second or third series of this game was when Sesser had the ball, and it's been all Bulldogs.
But, of course, a whole quarter of football left. Anything can happen. Leg toss left side to King here on the first play of the fourth quarter. Isaac wanted to go outside. Now goes back to the outside.
Beautiful.
Isaac inside the 20, and he is going to be taken down around the Sesser-Valier 15-yard line. He wanted to go outside, then he wanted to go inside, then went back outside and got a huge gain. That's a Rush Appliance first down.
And can you see what I mean? That's the perfect illustration of what he does as a running back using his vision. What I mean by that, he allows his blockers to do their job first and then makes his decision. He doesn't get in a hurry. He doesn't allow his blockers, he doesn't try to get out ahead of them. He lets them do their job so he can do his more effectively. It's just a smart and patient quality that good running backs have. It's called seeing the field, setting up your blockers. If he tries to get ahead of them, he's not getting that kind of yardage.
First and 10 from the 15-yard line. Leg gives it off to Odd left side. He'll be stood up and taken down hard right at the line of scrimmage. Every 2 or 3 plays, Sesser does a good job. They're starting to pick some hole and make some tackles in the backfield, but it's so hard to stop this Bulldog offense 4 plays in a row.
Yeah, eventually what an offense like this does to you, you just get physically worn down, and this is the perfect illustration of it. Sesser really bowed up and played good defense that second quarter. But what changed it is when the Bulldogs, when King broke that long one, when they had everybody stacked, that kind of took the air out of them. When a team pounds you like this, by the fourth quarter, you're really getting worn down.
Leg tosses it near side to King. He will not get away from the first Red Devil who got him back at the 17-yard line.
And again, we have just We've had no success to the outside tonight. So every time we've attempted that toss play, they have snuffed that out, I mean, quick. But again, that's their strength. They're good on the edge, and credit them tonight. They have not let us get outside. Now, in between the tackles has been a different story, but just if that's one little critique, it's a minor one.
It's back-to-back plays. The Red Devils stop King in the backfield, so it sets up 3rd down and 12 from the Sesser-Valier 17-yard line. Definitely 4-down territory. We are under 10 minutes to go. 30-6. The Bulldogs lead by 3 scores. Under center is Leg. He moves Dodson in motion. They hand it off to King off the right side.
Beautiful.
King has one man to beat. Inside the 10. Puts on a juke. Touchdown, Carmi, White County.
That was set up so beautifully. Dodson goes in motion to the left. Everybody thinks that's where the play's going. They come back underneath. Gavin Payton from his left guard position comes and pulls on the counter. The fullback goes with him, and Isaac King just has an open lane to go into the end zone. That play was executed beautifully.
As soon as Isaac got past the line of scrimmage, there was one man to beat. I believe it was Desmond Malone. Isaac gave him a little juke move, and the rest was history.
If he wasn't going to juke him, he's going to run him over. So
one or the other.
Pick
your poison.
Exactly.
Makes it 36-6 with 9:36 to play.
And you heard that right, 36-6.
Yeah. Under center is Leg here on the 2-point conversion in the T formation. They will give it to Dodson. He got hit initially and won't get in there. So that will keep the score at a 30-point Bulldog lead. So with 9:36 to play in the 4th quarter, your score, Carmi White County 36, Sesser-Valier 6. We will take a 30-second break right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Life can be complicated, but managing your money should be simple. Whether you need to check your balances, deposit a check, pay bills, pay rent, or transfer money to retirement savings, First Mid Online and Mobile Banking keep finance simple every step along the way. With First Mid Bank and Trust,
Mitchell Edwards set to kick this one off for Carmi White County. They lead Sesser-Valier 36-6. Whip kick, still rolling. Malone bobbled it, loose ball. Carmi's going to pick it up. The Bulldogs recover it at the Sesser-Valier 29-yard line. It kept on rolling. Malone muffed it. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. It's been that kind of night, that kind of second half.
That's one of those what we call salt in the wound. Game is, I can safely say this one's over. And not saying that arrogantly, it's just once those things start happening, you know it's not your night if you're Sesser. But again, you cannot say enough about this Bulldog team. We asked the questions last week. How are they going to respond to a tough challenge on the road? An athletic football team, after playing, honestly, a couple of lighter games to start the season. How are they going to respond? Well, folks, here's your answer. I'm just going to tell you. If you're wondering, this team's the real deal. You can mark it down. They've proven they are as good as anybody in this area tonight.
Under center is Leg here on 1st down and 10. Handoff Odd, left side. And Odd will be hit at the line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard. Drop down at the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And now you're at the point, if you're Carmi, you don't really have to do anything. You just keep your guys rolling. You just run some basic plays, keep everybody healthy, get this thing over with. And that's a great feeling to say. Because I think everybody, both here and back home in Carmi, everybody all around, WSIL's here tonight. It's their game of the week. We were all expecting a back-and-forth heavyweight fight, and it was looking that way for a while. But, again, the Bulldog defense coming through when it had to, and the offense not missing a beat.
8:25 to play in the ball game. 2nd and 8. Leg tosses it left side to Odd. Odd trying to bust it to the outside. 2 penalty flags fly in. This will be a holding penalty against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're going to get Tyler Gomad out there on the end. The defensive end slanted outside. Tyler just got a little bit too much of his arms up in his pads. So
It's been a pretty clean game for the most part for both sides. Not a lot of penalties.
I love clean football games. Yes. I love it when the officials just let guys play. Obviously, you don't want to see anything egregious not getting called, but, you know, it just makes things flow so much smoother.
Looks like Draxon Odd, or no, not Draxon. There's a Bulldog cramping up on the far side of the field.
Not you want to see anybody down, but you're always glad when you see him pulling back the toe and it's just a cramp. You don't want anything severe.
Might be Andrew Dodson.
Yeah.
I see King and Odd both in the huddle, so they'll take a short medical timeout as they get Andrew all stretched out. He's back on his feet. He'll walk over to the sideline.
Yeah. And it's still, you know, that point in the year, a little humid. So you're going to have that. Kids still, you know, a lot of energy. Sweat, we call it.
Yeah.
In layman's terms, and I've been there, it's called dehydration. So always hydrate.
And you'll get that in these first few weeks, and definitely has been the coolest night of the week temperature-wise tonight.
Yeah.
Great weather.
Beautiful night. I love it when it gets sweatshirt weather.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my favorite time.
Got up to leave this morning, and it was honestly a little bit chilly this morning, around 6:30, 7 o'clock. Oh, of course, I got up about 91 when we left this afternoon to head this way.
That time of year, it's about like spring in Florida. Start the day at 50, middle of the day it's 95.
So 2nd and 15 now. Ball at the Sesser-Valier 35-yard line, 36-6. Bulldogs lead it. Handoff right side to King. He's got Odd in front. He'll take a tackler all the way up to the 26-yard line. Got about 10 yards back there.
Same play they ran before for the touchdown, that counter. Wing back going in motion to the left, bringing the guard and the fullback to the right. Nice chunky yardage there. And again, at this point, you're just putting this one in the bag. You're going to see the Bulldogs, see how slow legs getting back to the huddle. That's on purpose. You're just going to let this thing milk down and put this one in the bag.
3rd down and 7. Football at the Sesser-Valier 26-yard line. Most likely 4-down territory again here. Offset eye, and the give off to King, left side. King looking for some running room, cuts to the inside, nearly broke that one, but he's going to have enough for a Rush Appliance first down up to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Carmi, White County yet again.
Well, that was a punishing run. If you notice, the safety tackling him was kind of rolling backwards for about 3 yards. That's what it's like tackling Isaac. Again, him and Drax Odd don't look to avoid contact. They look for it. They're kind of like how Walter Payton was back in his day. Walter had said many times, I don't want to run around guys. I want to run at them and make them think, what's this guy about? You kind of confuse them like, man, this guy wants to hit me more than I want to hit him. And that's both of their running styles. They look to punish you. They don't want to run around you. They want to run through you.
So the power eye formation now, it's Caleb Siebers down in the eye. Under center his leg, they give it off to Siebers. Up the middle, Siebers, is he going to get in there? Taken down at the 1-yard line.
And why not? Why not spread the wealth tonight? Big number 21, Siebers, has had a fantastic night on defense, so why not give him some love on offense?
Definitely one of those guys that easily gets overlooked on the defensive side of the football.
I'm going to tell you, he's normally a corner, and he was coming up tonight in a three-point stance playing end. I mean, that tells you his versatility. And I mean it, folks. This kid finds the football.
He's an aggressive player.
Fantastic defensive football player.
That's a Rush Appliance first down. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. They give it off to Siebers, and this time the Red Devils stuff it at the 1, and Caleb can't get in there. It'll be 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. They're trying to get in the score.
And that'll be 3rd down, so see what we do here.
So they mark the football at the 2. We are at the 5:18 mark here in the ball game, 36-6. Carmi in front. 2nd and goal.
You could just literally feel the air out of this side. You know, you don't say it arrogantly, but
T formation leg will sneak it in. Touchdown, Carmi, White County. Warren Legg, his first rushing touchdown of the season. And that, my friends, is going to be the nail in the coffin.
I did not, and I'm saying this in the most ecstatic way possible. I don't know if anybody saw this coming.
I know, I sure did.
I didn't, because Sesser has a lot of talent, both sides of the football. But if there were any questions about the mental, the physical toughness of this Bulldog team, well, here you go. I'm just going to announce it. If you didn't hear me earlier, I'm announcing it. This Bulldog team is for real, folks. They are for real.
It's been a few years, Chris, since there's been this much buzz around Maroon and White.
You had that feeling in preseason. You really did.
T formation, Leg will give it off to King on the 2-point play, and he can walk in.
And that'll do it.
Yep. That will make it 44-6 with 5 minutes to play.
And your starters, that's probably the last you're going to see of them tonight, too.
Yep. Heard the Sesser-Valier coach to my left say, put the JV offense in. He walked down to the field, and that's probably the same thing Carmi's going to do.
Yeah.
Kevin Wolf's fired up behind us. He's going to make his way down to the field.
A little excited. For good reason.
And Chris, you think about it. You talk about biggest wins Carmi's had in the past decade or so. This is going to be up there.
This is right up there. Back to, I can refer to your senior year against El Dorado, that great game you guys got in that, call an upset win that year. The whole team, Jake Simon, incredible game. And remember Justice Stubblefield catching everything. This is right there with that type of game. I mean, I expected this a one-score game either way. I really, really did. And to my delight, these boys have just gone 1,000 miles beyond our expectations.
Mitchell Edwards' line drive kick picked up by Shelf at the 25. He will run it across the 35, and he'll be met at the 39.
And going back to, how we were discussing, there was kind of a buzz in the air about this team. Yeah. Obviously the biggest reason, and it's no secret, you got a returning tailback, an all-state player in Isaac King. Obviously, hey, you got him back. No question, he's going to benefit you. Captain Obvious here. But to me, the reason this team has been so successful is, number one, their offensive line. They're experienced. They're well coached. They execute well. They fire off the ball. That experience up front and domination up front is the reason. That's the key reason they've done what they've done to this point this year, in my opinion.
Fumble on the handoff. Carmi's going to put some more salt in that wound. They recover it. That is Connor Buchanan who falls on it.
Good to see Big Connor get that.
Right into his lap. 1st and 10 Bulldogs again. They are having fun across the way.
And Sesser, again, when you get rattled and when you get down, this is what can happen. A couple turnovers have just handed things to the Bulldogs. But going back to what I was talking about, too, another thing to credit is the Bulldog defense. I mean, we've given up 12 points this year. 12.
Yeah.
In 3 games. And that wasn't our MO last year. We were, it was 42 to 22. Even the games we won, we were giving up some points.
And that's a big difference, team. You talk, Chris, talk about good teams and great teams. Obviously you can think back to all the great players Carmi has had in the past 10 to 15 years, and you're right. There were still a lot of those games that were 44-24, so on and so forth. But what stands out to me about this team is, of course, you've got King, you've got Odd, you've got Dotson, and you got Legg, who's done a great job managing games on the offensive side of the football, a great offensive line. But this defense, I mean, you talk about a couple of times they had their backs against the wall, had to get some stops tonight, and they did just that.
Absolutely. And, the unsung, they're all doing a great job on defense. But if you look at the stats, the leading tackler, Drax Odd, he's just been what a linebacker should be.
Yep.
We talk about the quarterback kind of steers the ship on offense. On defense, it's your linebacker. Your linebacker's calling the defense. He's in the middle of things. He's kind of directing traffic. He's done a great job at that. But to me, that is the key. The defense has just absolutely been brilliant. And when you can run the ball and control the clock and suffocate people on defense, you're going to win games.
Bulldogs put the JV offense on the field, and they fumble the snap, and I think Sesser-Valier has recovered.
Yep, they got it right back.
So the Bulldogs used the timeout to put in the JV offense, and first play they run, they fumbled a snap. JV did pick up a win back on Monday. They're
2-0.
Had to play the late afternoon Monday game on Labor Day at Vienna Goreville. Won that one 44-6. I know Mitchell Edwards threw a couple of touchdown passes. I don't know, Noah Pollard scored a couple of touchdowns. Cale Wiggins also. I think Cade Stockton found the end zone also. So
a lot of talent.
JV team is doing pretty well too.
A lot of talent at that sophomore level. And again, you'll see that a lot. They probably hadn't practiced a snap, so first snap, fumbles can happen.
So it's a bit of a second team / first team defense out there for Carmi, and a handoff up the middle. That's going to go. Yeah, Brandon Stockton was the one that brought him down. I think that was Gunner, the ball carrier.
Good to see Brandon in there, the senior, getting a tackle.
How about that kickoff return touchdown he had last week?
Oh, that was great as well. Glad to see him as a senior getting those kind of moments there. On a football team, every kid matters.
Absolutely.
I mean, what I mean by that, not to be too cliche-ic, but they're out there putting their time in practice. The kids you have on scout team doing whatever they do to make your starters better. Everyone has to go full go no matter what you're doing. All those kids are making sacrifices, and they're all an integral part to your team, each and every kid.
So a gain of a yard on the play. We are at the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. 44-6, Bulldogs lead. Handoff.
That may go.
Up the left side here for Sesser-Valier. Number 6, the ball carrier, Pacey Dudley. He'll take it across midfield. Landon Driscoll tackles him out of bounds. That's a 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
Yeah, still got a few starters in there on the edges. Driscoll and Gomat at the safeties, Siebers at the corner.
And took out King,
and Vickers
took out Odd.
Yeah, Vickers is still in, and Ryder's still in.
Sieber's still in there also on the far side. Can imagine those guys will be playing their final couple of snaps. Do a final score from El Dorado. Flora defeats the Eagles 20-16. Handoff back to Dudley. He'll take that one across the 40. He'll be close to a first down there for Sesser-Valier.
Noah Pollard with a headlock takedown there.
Thanks to Trey Mason sending us some scores. It's Mount Carmel over Casey Westfield, 28-zip. Lawrenceville over Newton, 22-0. And it's pretty much all the relevant scores. It was 36-0 Johnson City over Fairfield last time that was updated.
Wow. 36-6.
There you go. Mules find the end zone.
Same score. Well, it was. It was. Well, I forgot we just punched that last one in. I almost said, wow.
3.5 to play in this one. A quarterback run here for the JV quarterback for Sesser-Valier. That's number 11, Jackson Borda, who will take it up across the 30 to the 26-yard line. That will be another Red Devil first down.
And in all honesty, with, again, you never want to look too far ahead, but if you're looking at it, if you're just looking at the big picture, okay, after tonight, you can kind of safely say that the Bulldogs, along with Johnson City, are starting to look like the top dogs.
Yep.
And we don't play Johnson City until week 8.
Oh, what a game that's going to be. Can we fast forward to that
Mark
game?
that one. It's at Johnson City, folks. Mark that one on your calendar if you're going to be listening.
So 1st and 10 here for the Red Devils from the Bulldog 26-yard line. Borda again on the quarterback keeper. He'll be slung down by Noah Pollard. Tell you what, Noah Pollard, sophomore, he has been getting more varsity snaps as the season has gone on. He made a couple of fantastic plays earlier in this ballgame.
He sure did. He came in as a substitute. I don't know if either Sievers or Vickers may have been out for a second due to injury, just banged up, but he came in there and made 2 fantastic tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And I'm telling you, I've said it before, that kid's a gym rat. He gets after it in the weight room.
Borda in the shotgun here on 2nd down. They hand it off to the left side to Dudley, and he will run right into Branton Stockton, who brings him down inside the 25. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 here for the Red Devils. We are at 2:41 to play in this ball game. Carmi-White County leads it 44-6.
And it's still, I'm still just sitting here in shock. in a good.
Just thinking about where we were at halftime.
Yeah.
22-6.
It
we
was
thought
dicey.
The Bulldogs were in trouble.
Yeah, and Sesser was driving, and you started to get the feeling of, uh-oh. But the Bulldogs, like they always do, this group of kids, backs against the wall, they come through.
Borda hands it off to Dudley. He tries to bounce to the outside, and he's going to be chased down by Tyler Gomat, who's slinged down near the first down marker.
Dudley got a nice stiff arm there.
Yeah. Try to go to the outside there, and I think he might be just a yard shy of the first down. Be 4th and short Under 2:20 to play.
Sesser's JV unit in. These two teams will probably see each other Monday night, if I'm correct.
That should be Monday in Carmi.
Yeah, at Carmi. How it works, folks, if you're curious, the home team on varsity becomes the visiting team on the following Monday for sophomore games.
And if there was a freshman team, it would be the Thursday prior, same thing.
Correct.
Borda in the shotgun here on 4th and short. Hands it off to Dudley up the middle. I'm not sure if he got there. He got hit initially.
Big Eli Bryant, and I think he stopped him short.
They mark him at the 17-yard line.
I think he's short.
We'll see what the officials say, and they'll measure. It's never too late to measure, even with 1:41 to go in the game.
Got to get it right at all times. Even at 44-6, you want to get it right.
I'll be honest, Chris. I mean, I did not expect a 38-point ball game.
No, I really and truly felt the way I felt early in the third quarter was the kind of game it was going to be. But credit the Bulldogs for making that stand, because that stand in the third quarter is what changed this game.
So they say that Sesser-Valier did get the first down, so it moves the chains with a football at the Carmi 17-yard line. 90 seconds left to play. Borda will go back to pass here. He's a lefty, wants to throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Trayton Vickers broke it away.
Nice throw. Good route by the receiver, just a deep corner.
That's the deepest pass Sesser's thrown all night.
You know, and I'm honestly more surprised that Sesser didn't go to more of a deep downfield attack.
Yeah.
You know, you saw it at times. They would throw some outs and try some quick screens, but, you know, their most effective play was that jet sweep to the left side, the open field. And they had some success up the middle, but, you know, I really expected them to spread it out a little more than they did.
2nd and 10. Borda on the quarterback keeper will run to the left side, and he'll be stood up and tackled at the 15-yard line. Cale Wiggins. First one there for the Bulldogs, also number 52, Stone McGee. 3rd down and 8 coming up here for Sesser-Valier. We are at the 1-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. 44-6. Bulldogs are going to move to 3-0.
If you're a Bulldog fan right now, I'm just going to tell you, if you're listening, you better, next time we're at home, if you can get out to a game, get out here.
Next Friday
night at home. This team's for real.
And off to Dudley, left side. He will take it inside the 10-yard line. He'll be tripped up by Pollard as well as McGee. Gomad also in there.
39 seconds, 4th and 1. They're going to keep driving here.
Thought for a second he might have had the first down, but they do indeed call it 4th and short. How about a stop here to end the game for Carmi?
Yeah. Like I said, these kids are probably going to see each other again Monday night. Most of the kids that are on this field, so this is kind of good to get a little early taste of what they're going to see in a couple nights.
Could be the final play of the game. And the shotgun is Borda here on 4th and a yard. They give it off to Dudley going left side. He will have that first down and keep those feet going to the 1. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Sesser. The clock is stopped at 20 seconds.
See if we can keep him out here. If not, we'll punch one in, kick off. We'll take a knee, and we'll just try to come out of shock.
This could be the final play of the game again. 12 seconds. Borda, low snap, gives it off to Dudley, and he's in. Touchdown, Sesser-Valier. So the Red Devils will make the score look a little bit better. Makes it 44-12 with just 8 seconds on the clock. A 1-yard run there by number 6, Pacey Dudley.
Well, if you're the rest of the teams in the Black Diamond Conference tonight, you know, kind of been put on notice as to who's established himself. Obviously right here tonight, this Bulldog football team and the Johnson City Indians have made a statement tonight as well.
Borda will fake it to Dudley, and he'll run it up the middle, and he reaches, short. He won't get it. So the Red Devils don't get the 2-point conversion, and that will make the score 44-12 with 8 seconds to go, and Bulldogs will bring out the kickoff return team. They'll field it, and we will pack up and head on home. Carmi's going to go 3-0 for the first time since 2016. And as Chris alluded to earlier, that was the Jake Simon senior year, Justice Stubblefield. That was the year that they beat El Dorado in that great two-day game. Carmi would end up going 7-2 that year, but Chris, I think, like you said, this is arguably the most exciting team since that year, and the expectations and the possibilities for this team are just sky high right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to harken even farther back, you go back to 2003, that team, which Coach Kevin Wolf was a part of, made it to the quarterfinals. In that year, there was a buzz around, new conference and big expectations for that team. That same feeling is here now.
Yeah.
Now that we've seen what they've done tonight, there is no question in my mind this team can win every game on this regular season slate.
Line drive kick will be bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Brenton Stockton trying to pick it up, but the Bulldogs will take it at their 25. They'll take a knee, and this one will be history.
And when I say, just to clarify so people don't think I'm getting too far ahead of myself, when I say that, I'm fully aware you take it one game at a time.
Absolutely.
We're not taking any team for granted. We're going to come back next week. We're going to play Christopher at home. Christopher, is another program that is struggling. So, but you approach it just like you approached tonight. You come out ready to play. You treat them just like this game. Fairfield, even though Fairfield took a big loss to JC,
they're still Fairfield.
Still Fairfield.
Yep.
You take nothing, absolutely nothing for granted. So when I say us in Johnson City, we can't think that far ahead. You take care of your business week to week. But if this team plays like this tonight, I fully expect us to be undefeated when we get to that Week 8 matchup.
Leg under center. He'll take the knee. This one's over. The Carmi White County Bulldogs come into Sesser-Valier and defeat the Red Devils for the first time in 8 years. For the first time since 2014, the Bulldogs take down the Red Devils, and they do it in grand fashion. 44-12, your final score. And the Bulldogs are undefeated through 3 weeks of play. A statement win tonight here in Sesser.
You couldn't ask for anything better if you're a Bulldog fan. I know Coach Kurt Simon is just absolutely, exploding on the inside because, this was a team he was definitely concerned about. We all were. We said our team hasn't been tested. We played a couple of lighter teams these first two games. Sesser's played Fairfield. We got a lot of unanswered questions, even though we've dominated the way we have. All those questions were answered tonight. These boys believe in who they are. They trust each other. They work hard. They have great attitudes. They just do so many things well together. It's not a one-man show, even though you got Isaac King. They're a collective unit, and they just played well on all phases tonight. And hats off to them. Just a beautiful, beautiful statement win here on the road. And honestly, if that kind of performance comes out every single week,
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be I'd love to see a deep playoff run. I'm just telling you. I'd love to see it because that's one thing. I don't think there's been a Black Diamond team get to the playoffs to the third round since.
It's been a while.
Since Carterville was in the conference, maybe?
I know El Dorado made a couple of good runs about 5 years ago. Chester when they were. But you're right. It's been a couple of years since somebody really made a big run.
Not thinking too far ahead.
Exactly.
Because we got to take care of the here and now. But if that's the way this team can come into an environment like this and dominate a game the way they did, I mean, there is no reason not to expect them to face any challenge that comes for them, at least, for the regular season.
Again, final score, Bulldogs win it 44-6. We will take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we will have the Roark Transport postgame show. We'll recap the contest and talk to head coach Kurt Simon. It's Bulldog football here on 97.3 WRUL.
Share your talents and grow your caregiving career without sacrificing life. Now hiring RNs, LPNs, and CNAs at Wabash Christian Village. Our professionals enjoy flexible schedules, competitive wages, a paycheck, advanced program, and education, leadership opportunities, and so much more. Make a difference with the health care understood that better times will change. Today at WBC.org.
Personal one-to-one service. That's a promise we make to all of our clients. This is Ashley Ingram with Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. Our firm is built on the idea of treating all of our clients like they are the only client we have. For bookkeeping, payroll, financial planning, and of course, income tax preparation, turn to a firm that is large enough to trust and small enough to care. Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. Call us at 382-4151 or visit us at butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com.
Today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
Your family's care team is close to home at Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi. From routine care, vaccines and DOT physicals, to disease management, x-ray, lab work, and COVID testing. With 9 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, Hamilton Memorial has you covered. Plus, for those unexpected illnesses, our weekend walk-in clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been.
Others have come and gone the past 70 years, but their dedication of superior service has helped them thrive for 4 generations at Rush Appliance in Fairfield and Carmi. They deliver quality Speed Queen products, and if you ever call them for service, they are in your driveway almost before you hang up your phone. Sean Rush is inviting you to check out Speed Queen washer and dryer pairs at Rush Appliance and Furniture in downtown Fairfield and Carmi.
You heard it right.
Citizens National Bank of Albion is making changes for the better.
Even better, that is.
Even better bank locations.
For even better customer service.
Even better leadership.
For even better local decision making.
And even better products and services.
That's why Citizens National Bank of Albion is your 5-star and most trusted financial partners in Edwards, Wayne, White, Richland, and Lawrence counties.
Citizens National Bank of Albion, no even banking.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Carmi White County takes down Sesser-Valier 44-6. A dominant win, a statement win for the Bulldogs here tonight. This is the Roark Transport post-game show delivered by Roark Transport, hauling fuels, rock, grain, and more to help our community grow. Call 265-3665 for details. Well, Chris, there in the first half, it was Carmi, all Bulldogs there for the first quarter and a half. Sesser got that score there at the end of the second quarter. It was 22-6 at the break. We were getting a little bit worried, but, man, Carmi came out that third quarter, got a stop, put it away early.
Well, again, we talked about in the pregame that what I felt the Bulldogs needed to do, and we all felt they needed to get off to a fast start. Coming on the road into a tougher environment, they needed to get a good drive early in the game. They did just that. 5 plays, they're in the end zone. Then Sesser takes their first possession. They're driving. We get a huge pick 6 from Isaac King. Changed momentum. We're up 14-0. Then Sesser kind of stiffened on their defense, held the Bulldogs to a couple, where we had to punt a few times. And the next thing you know, we get the ball, we bust a big run, catch them on a run blitz with 11 guys at the line. Another touchdown, 22-0. We're thinking, okay, really put the clamps down. You and I both said here, when they had the ball, Sesser got the ball with about 1:15 left. We said, okay, they've got to hold them out here. Don't want to get in a momentum. Wasn't 2 plays later. Sweep around the left side there in the end zone is 22-6. You think, okay, 22-6, still a 2-score lead, but it's nothing to get comfortable about because we knew that was going to give them some life, and then Sesser got the ball in the third quarter. There's going to be some momentum there. So, to your point, how would the Bulldogs answer that first drive? Well, they answered it. Sesser came out, and they took it from about their 30, and they got it all the way down to our 30, and we were all thinking, okay, this is going to get interesting. But the Bulldogs held them. A huge 4th down and 3. Bryson Moore with the big stop changed the whole game. We asked the question, can the Bulldogs stand a test that comes to them at some point? When are they finally going to get tested? They were on that drive, and they answered it. Next possession, boom, we're down the field in the end zone. And at that point, you smelled the blood in the water. The Bulldogs became the Sharks. They saw the blood, and they closed out. And again, we talked last week that we knew this was going to be their first test. And we expected this. I think even Coach Simon would tell you, we expected this to be a one-score slugfest. So for Carmi to come here and do what they did tonight, they surpassed, I mean, just being honest, they wildly surpassed expectations tonight. We didn't see this coming. And again, it's a pleasant surprise. I'm not saying that in a way as I didn't believe these boys could do that. No, I just meant I expected Sesser, to be a huge challenge. Yeah. But again, you got so many things you can credit with this team. But number one is their big guys up front. They just play so effectively on both sides of the ball. Our corners and safeties were great tonight because Sesser hitting the perimeter so many times. We were in the backfield making big plays when we had to. We were at times bend but don't break. We didn't break. But we stuck to our guns. We said, well, what if we have to get out of what we do? What if we have to get out of the T? What if we have to get out of the power I and run spread?
And we didn't.
Never did.
Yeah.
Never did.
Wasn't even a thought, really.
Exactly. We said, someone's going to make us do that. It could be, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
We still did what we do. Just pounded the ball between the tackles. Isaac King doing his thing. Draxaw doing his thing. Andrew Dodson with a couple nice carries. Warren Leg directing traffic in that offensive line along with the tight ends doing their job up front. You couldn't ask for more. And now, I think even though it's week 3, the picture's becoming pretty clear. The Bulldogs can't get ahead of themselves, take anything for granted. But looking at this game, looking at Johnson City's convincing win over Fairfield, you're starting to see the picture clear up for a showdown in week 8. Now, again, I can't look too far ahead. I don't want to. We got a ways to go. But if the Bulldogs take care of business these next 4 games, it's kind of starting to shape that way that might be the showdown.
Scoring-wise for the Bulldogs, and these yard markers are a little bit off, but Draxon got things started with a 47-yard touchdown run. Then it was the 50-yard pick six by Isaac King. Isaac capped that off with a 79-yard touchdown run there in the second quarter. Bulldogs led 22-6 at the break. There in the third quarter, Bulldogs had the defensive stop to start things off in the third quarter. Draxon runs it in from 4 yards out. Then it was Isaac King taking it in from 16 yards out. Then the quarterback sneak touchdown run for Warren Leg to really put the nail in the coffin for the Bulldogs, winning it again 44-12 tonight over Sesser-Valier. Now it puts Carmi at a tie with both Flora and Johnson City atop of the BDC. They're 3-0 for the first time in 6 years. And again, Chris, that's probably the biggest win, I would say, in 6 years since that El Dorado win a few years ago.
Easily, because this, again, we talked about WSIL was here tonight, probably one of the featured games of the week. This was considered a showdown game in the Black Diamond Conference. 2 undefeated teams, 2 teams who had a lot of the preseason buzz about them. Okay, 2 giants are going to collide. Who's going to fall? Well, the Bulldogs came and made a statement tonight. But going back to that scoring recap, to me, what changed the game, what really changed the game, we talked about too, can the defense get a turnover? At some point, can you create a turnover? That pick six by Isaac King, to me, changed the momentum of this game, honestly, for the rest of the game, because Sesser had a consistent drive going there.
Absolutely.
And it was from one thing, like we talked about. The risk of being in the shotgun, it's something you never think about because you watch the NFL on Sundays, those guys are automatic with their snaps. Sesser on that shotgun snap, it was a high snap. The quarterback had to literally reach behind him to get the ball. By the time he caught it and threw that pass, that gave King that extra second to step in front of that pass and take it to the house. Little things like that go your way, you got to take advantage of them, and the Bulldogs did that. And credit that play, credit so many, but to me, that turnover pick six is what changed this game and kept it in the Bulldogs' favor.
Again, this is the Roark Transport postgame show. We'll take a one-minute break. We come back, we'll chat with head coach Kurt Simon. Again, the Bulldogs win it 44-16. Back in 1 minute right here on 97.3 WRUL.
When you're looking for an accountant, what comes to mind?
Trustworthiness, accuracy, up-to-date knowledge of tax laws, truthiness.
Wait, truthiness? That's not even a real word.
Well, you know what I mean. Honesty, trust, accuracy, and knowledge. They're all really important.
When it comes to your accounting, you need a professional you can trust. You need Nancy J. Winter CPA. Visit nancyjwintercpa.com to learn more or call 382-2364 and visit on Cherry Street, Carmi.
your partner in auto repair. That's Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi. You get service, expertise, and a promise you'll drive away satisfied. Complete engine and body repair, 24-hour-a-day wrecker and towing service, tires from sales and service, and repair including muffler service, brakes, shocks, suspension, and more. When quality counts, count on Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi, your partner in auto repair. Call 382-7165 today.
Final score, Bulldogs win it over Sesser-Valier 44-6. Bulldogs improved to 3-0 on the year as we wait for head coach Kurt Simon to make his way up here after, again, a dominant win. And a very happy Kurt Simon of that. Coach, that one had to feel good. Arguably the best win you guys have had in a while.
It has been a while. It has been a while. Real proud of the kids' effort. Other than a little miscue right before the half, I thought our kids just really played. They played really good, tough, physical football. That's the kind of team we are, and they showed it tonight.
We thought it was very important how you started the first half, how you started the second half. Obviously, jumping up by 22 points early is important, but we were getting a little worried there at halftime. They score, and they got the ball to start the second half. But you guys get that big defensive stop, and then it was all you guys from that point forward.
And that's just it. Hopefully we can learn from that, because you can't let in a really explosive team back in it. I mean, if they're coming out in the second half and getting the ball, they score. It's a one-score game, and it can, how football games go. It's such an emotional high and low, and you get a home team that's on a high, and all of a sudden, they find a little something. So it was a big deal, and to come out and get that stop, and then of course Isaac breaks the big one, and so it was a good team effort by us tonight.
Sharing microphones here, Coach. Before I get to my deep questions, I was going to say, you talk about every week. One thing that we stress that might be key tonight is creating a turnover. Isaac King, to me, the difference in that game was that pick six, because they had some momentum going on that drive. Yeah. And another little thing, just I tell folks at home, what created that to start, that snap was high. And that created that just half second Isaac needed to step in front of that. And that's why, not to delve too far off track, that's why, to me, I tell folks, the shotgun, all that's the thing. But that's the risk in every time you're in that. Yeah. And that one bobble created that opportunity. But to me, you talked about it. You needed that play, and he made it. How critical did you feel that was when that happened?
Well, it was big, and really, Isaac, good players make good plays. That's what they're supposed to do, and he made some great plays tonight, that being one of them for sure, early in the game to go up to 2 scores. We were doing a really good job getting pressure on the kid, too, so he was never settling in, throwing it anywhere. He was always, getting hurried or whatever, which helped, which is team defense. But when you get an opportunity to make that type of play, the really good ones make them. Yeah. We've seen – last week or the week before, I think we dropped 3 interceptions, and you don't do that. Yeah. You got to take advantage of every opportunity you get, especially in games like this when you're coming into the game knowing that there's a team that's got just as many fast kids as you do, and they can score. They can score.
Yeah, I think another phase tonight, if you could talk about. When you play these type of teams, Sesser's a team that comes out literally a different formation every snap. They could be double wing, they could be spread. But what I thought was impressive about your defense tonight, talk about the effectiveness of your secondary, especially a young man, Caleb Siebers, I noticed come up, was playing defensive end on some plays, did a really good job keeping us contained. But to me, your linebackers, not to credit one group, but I felt that your secondary did a really good job tonight of containing, not letting anything get too far outside.
They did, and we had some young kids on the edge there too. Caleb Siebers, this is his first year starting. Yeah. And then we had, Noah Pollard was out there, and Trey Vickers was out there. We had some young kids that were in positions, but Coach Wolf does a great job with our defense, and we lined up in a scenario where if they came out in this formation, then we got to move to this, but we're going to start in a vanilla, so to speak, formation that covers the whole field, and it makes us a little more susceptible up the middle because we only have 4 down guys, and we always have played with 5. But we needed to do that because of what you're saying. They come out in multiple formations, and they got a lot of kids that can run, so you have to cover, from sideline to sideline. And I thought our younger kids did a really good job tonight, making plays out there. So, and again, I credit that to those guys and their work ethic, and I credit that about our I'm always going to talk about our senior leadership and stuff, and they get better during the week, and they get their opportunities to get in games like this, and that's when you get a chance to get your jersey on the field, and you may never come off again if you play well, So real proud of those guys.
Last question for me. One of my favorite quotes from you was, to be a good football team, you need a good offensive line and a good defense. And it seems like this year, that's obviously Drax and Isaac, Andrew, those guys are doing what they need to do, but it's the guys up front, the 11 on the defensive side of the ball that are helping this thing work.
And it's not a coincidence I'm looking at two offensive linemen right now that you would say that. I always have said that. How good is your defense? Do you got guys that will run around and be physical and hit you? And then how good your offensive line. You have to start this game up front. We've got a group of kids that I took 9 of them to lineman camp the last 3 years, some of them the last 3 years, a couple of seniors, Bryson Moore and Chase Pringle, and the other guys have been to. They care about it, and they work really hard in the weight room. They got themselves, they built their bodies up over the last couple of years in the weight room, and it's paying off, and it's showing now. We feel very confident that they can line up and push people around a little bit.
Yeah. And kind of piggybacking off what Cole just asked, obviously the buzz was in the air this year about this team. I mean, you felt it. Obviously, you got a player, Isaac King, obviously an all-state player coming back. Okay, yeah, this team's got potential. But I think it is without question the play of your line that has taken you over the top.
Yeah.
Because you can have a player like Isaac, and Drax and Dodge, those guys in the backfield, but if you don't have anyone up front who can get it done, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
They have to fight for every inch. They don't have to do that. With that said, what we got tonight, we were talking about, we're both still in shock in a good way. I mean, I know deep down you're probably not, and I know, but we expected a heavyweight fight. But your kids answered the bell so many times. We said, what happens when the Bulldogs face the driver, they punt? Well, you did, and you turn around and stop them. Yeah. We said, well, are they going to have to get out of T? Are they going to have to get out power I and spread? You didn't have to. Right. You did what you do. You came on a field of a team we haven't beaten 8 years, and you took the ball and you basically crammed it down their throat every series you had the opportunity. To me, you're now, just for an update score, Johnson City beat Fairfield, was it around 28-6, the last count we had?
Yeah.
To me, and I know no one's going to look that far ahead, but in my eyes, you guys have put yourself in a driver's seat type position. Going into next week, you're playing a Christopher team, again, another situation team that's struggling. I know you're not going to take your foot off the gas.